2AY 3&A, and good afternoon if you're tuning in on Snap Print Solutions TV as well, at home or anywhere around the globe. Welcome to the third edition of the Wangaratta Derby in the SS&A Ovens and Murray. August 31, the last day of winter. Good things are on the way. Blake Panderescott with you, Bobby Jackson, Robbie McKinlay, Scotty Montgomery is boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel as we build up to the most anticipated final in Wangaratta Derby history. I reckon it's going to be a ripper. Scotty Montgomery, you're out there on the deck, mate. There's a little bit of a breeze going across the ground. Which way is it favouring? Yeah, basically dead across the ground towards the Murray River side. It's probably just died off as you threw to me, boys. So it's definitely died down a little bit compared to what it was, but yeah, it's not really favouring an end either way. But geez, the ground's in good nick considering the traffic it's had on it this year with the Cora Rutherglen coming back into the comp. It's in such good nick, and they've really looked after it down here. So I expect this to be a quick game, very good underfoot. So I reckon it could go end to end a lot today. I'm going to throw you right under the bus. I believe there are no late changes for any sides. Monty, looking at the selected sides. Yeah, definitely not the Rovers end. I haven't really run my eye over the Wang team yet, but I don't think there hasn't been any word come out of their camp yet that there was a change. So I dare say it'll be as selected. We'll cross down to you. Yep, we'll cross down to you soon for the coin toss. Bobby Jackson's doing our 40 wing stats today. Who are we taking a look at from the Magpies and the Rovers? Bobby? From the Rovers side of things, we're looking at Lockie O'Brien, Brodie Philo, Xavier Allison, Sam Murray and Sam Catapan. For the Wangaratta Magpies, we're looking at Jackson Clark, Pat Naish, Brad Melville, Alex Federico and Hunter Gotchling as well for those two sides. So expect those 10 guys to have massive days today and have an impact on the game. Absolutely. We'll go back down to Scotty Montgomery as Dane Porter is greeted by the two Wangaratta Rovers captains ahead of game 350. Monty, over to you. Yeah, we've got Dane obviously have the call as the away captain, I suppose, in a final, which is a bit weird, but it's going up now and Big Fuds won it, and they're going to kick to the Murray River end, boys. So to the right of the radio dials. Alrighty, so that's to the, the Wangaratta thirds are sort of situated there at the moment, and repeating in the thirds as well. The Magpies gave Lavie a bit of a hiding by 50-odd points, I think, in the thirds. And if you just tuned in as well, the Rovers beat the Albury Tigers in the reserves. No. Aubrey. Sorry, you're right. Aubrey beat the Wangaratta Rovers in the seconds. In the current A-grade score at the moment, you can tune into that one. Ree and Tam Matthews are doing a great job. It is Yarrawonga 28 to Wangaratta 27, all thanks to Ray White Rural, of course, our wonderful O&M netball supporters. Robbie McKinlay, who wins for you? First of all, umpires out there today. Ash Broughton, very experienced. Adam Zarkle as well, doing his first senior Ovens Murray final. Also doing his first senior Ovens Murray final is young Tommy Lockhart, the tall young man. He's only 16 years old. Good. So he's been one of the better ones this year, I reckon. Robbie too. He's been fantastic every game he's done in the Ovens Murray. So. And down near you, Monty, you'll see emergency umpire Mason Ring there with the tracksuit on. Alrighty. Monty, you got a good look at the crowd here at the moment. It's a pretty big one. What are you suggesting at the moment? It'd be pushing 3, I reckon, boys. Probably even building a bit more. There's a lot around the netball courts, which is hard to take a bit of a glance at, but I reckon definitely around that 3.5. Just repeating, the Rovers are in their huddle at the moment. They're kicking to the right of your radio dial to the end where the big Wangaratta thirds contingency is at the moment. Robbie, back to you. Who wins? Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rovers. I think I like their run-in's been reasonably uninterrupted over the last 3 or 4 weeks. So good form is winning form. Scotty Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel. Yeah, I'll go with the Rovers. Tipped them during the week. I just feel they've got a couple more options to score today. Bobby J? I picked the Magpies early in the week and they've got no reason to change. I just feel as though that their list is coming together at the right time, and I feel as though that they're ready to go to the next level. So as the sun comes out here, it's turned into a nice picture-perfect day here. Rovers for mine, just under a kick. I reckon it's going to be an absolute beauty as Chris Knowles and Shane Gaston, the two ruckmen, shake hands. We're about to get underway here on 2AY 3&A. Who's gone to Alex Markley, Scotty Montgomery? No surprise. No surprise, he's talking. Yep. Sorry, he's talking, yeah. Sorry, boys. Skillsy just taking it off me. The umpire holds the footy aloft. 35 years in the making. The Rovers and the Pies are underway in a final. Here's Robbie McKinlay for A-grade oars and batteries. Yeah, Gaston went early, and it'll be Philo. Got a quick handball. Catapan overran the footy. Oh, she's nice and tight in there. Now we'll get a clearance. Frederico gets the ball inside forward 50, but Tommy Boyd for the Rovers defends stoutly, and he kicks to centre wing in front of the clubroom side of the ground, and it's Jack Gerrish for the Wangaratta Rovers. Will have it. True centre wing. Drives the ball towards centre half forward. It beats all hands. Ball fills.
Down on the ground now, chance here. Knowles was good. Handball, he's looking for Grossman. McCartney knocked the ball forward for Rovers. Gathered by Stone. Tackled with Stone. Paddling the ball to the boundary. Norton put him under a lot of pressure. And it'll be a boundary throw in 70 metres around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. We're gone 45 seconds.
Just looks like Xavier Laverty's got the job on Tom Boyd too, boys. That defensive forward, which we saw in the last derby, where he did a really, really good job of it.
Tom Boyd averaging the 8.4 intercept possessions and 4.1 intercept marks in season 2024. Let's hope from a Rovers perspective he carries that form into September as Federico kicks to half forward. There he is on cue. Went the one hand, Tom Boyd. A little bit of work to do at ground level now. Smith working hard. Nolan's there, spills out to Laverty. Onto the 350 gamer Porter, who reels around onto the right, kicks it long towards Juice. Fresh off 9 goals last week against the Raiders. McQuaid, his opponent. Juice roves, snaps to a vacant goal square and bounces through for a minor score. Would have been a dream start for the Wangaratta Magpies. He looks on, Juice. Minor score on the Steel Line scoreboard. The Rovers are yet to score.
How good was that inside 50? Just the pressure they were able to keep around the ball. Laverty, Porter, those guys, Smith as well was involved, got it forward, and then they were able to have the shot on goal. They just got to make sure every chance they go inside, they're really taking the opportunities today, the Magpies.
Well, they moved it quick from the kick in. It's gone through several hands. Lockie O'Brien onto Philo, who has it at half back now. Murray River side of the ground. Ball holds up a little bit in the breeze. From behind, Mark Lou brought the ball to ground. Jackson Clark was clever, gathered it. Handball was intercepted though. Catapan, head over the footy. Federico, who's been prominent early, tapped the ball towards a teammate. But the downhill slope and a bit of breeze is going to take it out over the boundary line. Slightly into attack for Wangaratta. They lead 1-0. First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries.
Got about 2 minutes early stages for NZ here in the qualifying final. Yarrawonga will be hoping these two sides belt the living daylights out of each other this week. Gaston tapped it towards the boundary line. Harry Smart, who Monty's been in ripping form since about the halfway mark of the season, been wrapped up.
Absolutely has. I think he's been one of the premier small defenders in the competition this year. He's just improved and improved every time he's played.
Paddy Naish, first 40 wings disposal for Paddy. Kicks it long down the wing. Federico pushed out by Parnell. And it's going to be, it's Brad Melville. Welcome back to Ovens and Murray footy for Squid. And he's going to have a free kick for the Magpies just forward of the wing far side.
He will indeed. Great to have him back here. Myrtleford was the last time he played. I think round 3 or 4, was it, Mont?
Yep.
Yeah, so Melville, good kick. Inside forward 50. Ball vacant and O'Keefe ran over the top of it. A dribbling kick towards Newton. He got rid of it in time. Well, the umpire Zarkle says no, he didn't. And the free kick is going to go the way of the Wangaratta Rose. It'll be McQuaid, who dishes off a handball to Catapan. And all of a sudden, they've got it in their own back pocket. I thought Juice might have been a bit stiff there, Panda.
He did drop the ball, though. Big
Fair
Mac. Tell you what, he'd be licking his lips today, Big Juice. Loves the big stage. Into form. 38 goals in the end in season 2024 to Juice Newton, the new coach of O'Reilly. Xavier sends that one. Allison out of bounds on the full. The Magpies have a chance to go inside 50 again. Game going to be played on that far side a lot today with the breeze going across the ground. Naish's kick inside 50, not a good one. Surely a free kick or a mark, take your pick to Sam Murray going back into defence. It's going to be...
Hey, they've played it the other way, boys.
I think they have.
Sam took the mark.
Sam took the mark, and I reckon it's on the far side over there. I reckon it's Federico. He's going to go, it was Melville who went short to Federico, and he's going to line up from 40 out on a slight angle, Monty.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. I thought Sam had first chunk of that, but anyway, I didn't say it that way. But yeah, Federico is so dangerous. He stayed on the move there, and a good hit from Melville. He's got his hands on it a couple of times early, and that's what we spoke about in the pre-game. If Melville's get his hands on it and kicking it inside 50, it's going to be so hard to stop.
All right, so the first goal beckons here for Alex Federico and the Wangaratta Magpies. Kicking to the town end of the ground. Holds up a little bit in the breeze, might fall short. Gaston gets a fingertip to it through for a minor score. The Magpies 2 behinds. The Rovers yet to score. Bobby Jackson, who's lighting up that 40-wing stat sheet early.
Early doors for 40 winks. Inside 50s are 4 zips for Wangaratta Magpies, and the clearances, they've won 3 zips there. So they're winning majority of the football around the stoppages and pushing forward.
Gee, good grab taken there by Ed Damon. The kick in was good. And now he'll go to centre wing too. He's tight to the boundary line there. And Lockie O'Brien marks. He goes short. And he secures the ball nicely. So just working in around the boundary line at the moment, the Rovers. One of their rare entries forward high from behind. Boarding on got a fist, and it has gone out over the boundary line. It'll be a throw in right in front of the scoreboard, the electronic scoreboard, which is for Steel Line, and it shows a 2-0 lead to the Wangaratta Rovers. We've gone 5.5 minutes for NZ.
Blake Pandarescott with you and Robbie McKinlay for McRae Motors here on O&M Live. Great to have your company on a Saturday afternoon as Murray. Bit of a one-handed hand pass there, and that is holding the ball. As Murray just gets rid of...
And a 50.
Yep. Monty, Newmarket Hotel.
Yeah, Melville just let him know about it, that he gave away the free kick, and yeah, just threw him straight to ground, so right decision there.
So the Magpies will get marched right up to the middle of the ground. It's Jackson Clark, who might have the early matchup actually on Sam Murray in the bright orange boots. Third game back in a row now for Jackson Clark, who darts one inside 50, looking for juice, meeting the sandwich. Ledger at ground level for the Rovers, doing well. Falls away, though, of Federico. Quick hand pass to Will O'Keefe. Exits 50. Gotchling got to get rid of it. Great defensive tackle from Wilson, holding the ball, and the Rovers are away on centre wing.
They are. McCarthy will run onto it. He's going to have to kick in a hurry. He does. Mark Lou at half forward. Boarding on tracks him. Boarding on keeps it out in front of him. Doesn't lose control. Oh, that's high. That's high. Alex McCarthy will get the free kick. It goes against Charlie Naish. It was fairly aggressive. Right in front of you there, Mont.
Yeah, a little bit in that, and he let him know about it when he was on the ground too, did Charlie Naish. So, yeah, just obviously trying to assert a bit of dominance early.
Well, he pumps it forward now. McCarthy inside the forward 50. Boarding on again. Read it beautifully. Off the back of the pack. Kicked it long. But in the road there is Allison. He'll go across the ground laterally, Panda. It'll eventually find its way to Tommy Boyd, who does gather. He chips it across goal now. O'Brien needs a good bounce. Got it. He'll go short. Stewie Booth is on offer. 70 out from goal. Kicking into a little bit of that breeze. He just sits it up, looking for Mark Clue, but the breeze won out in the end, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. And it'll be Aidan Tilley who has it. And he goes short, and he finds Fraser Ellis. True fullback, you'd call this one. 15 out from his own line. 2-0 Magpies lead. He goes short, and Sam Murray intercepts. It was a poorly judged kick, and Murray is going to mark and have a shot. 25 out, 45-degree angle. Sam runs around, screws it over his right shoulder for a goal. Well, they made him pay the full price for that one, and Sam Murray steps up, and the Rovers lead it 6-2. We have gone... What have we gone? 8 minutes for NZ.
You don't see that very often from Fraser Ellis. Normally a good distributor off half back, and just don't know if he saw Sam there, if it was just off the instep, but yeah, just hit Sam laces out, 20 metres out, and a player like that will not miss an opportunity to start a final with the first goal.
Just some early stats for 40 wings. Alex Federico has had a hot start with 4 early touches. Lockie O'Brien on the far wings had the 3 for the Rovers. Inside 50s is 5-2 in favour of Wangaratta Magpies.
They certainly hurt those ones, Mont. It was like a knee in the old you-know-where.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. To start a final, you don't want to give them up like that, do you?
And it sort of just dragged Sammy into the game a bit too. He'd given away a 50-metre penalty, and that'll just lift the spirits a bit. Damon. I thought he should have been penalised. Will O'Keefe over the ball, and now it's going to go.
Pay the throw.
It's going to play the throw. Now it'll be Dylan Stone, who's going to be the recipient. He plays on. Runs past Federico, kicks it to half forward. Tilley's there, fist, went behind him. Mark Lewin boarding on. Boarding on leads to the ball. Gathered, was tackled, dished it out towards the boundary. Tilley did well, kicks it towards McVeigh, centre wing, a ball out of bounds. Boundary throw in, good defensive work there from Charlie Ledger. And we have gone 9.5 minutes, and it is Wangaratta Rovers. 1 straight 6, leading the Magpies 2 behinds. Bobby Jackson, anything grabbed you on those 40 wing stats yet?
The clearances are starting to even themselves out a little bit now. They're 3-2 in favour of Wangaratta Magpies. They're starting to even themselves out a little bit as both sides are feeling each other out for this massive game here.
Well, there we go. Bob Jackson for 40 winks. McCarthy will bring the ball inside forward 50. Gaston was from behind. The fist towards O'Keefe. Gathered by O'Brien. Off the left foot, all on his own. The Frenchman, Shane Gaston marks. 25 out. on a slight angle.
That is a guy that's played AFL footy right there. He just took the bump, was able to keep his feet because he's so strong, and then that kick inside 50. He didn't even look off one step and hit Gaston in a paddock of space. So just got to make sure they're a little bit tighter here, the Magpies, when they come and get for repeat inside 50, because that was a little bit too easy there for Gaston.
The big Frenchman, Mont's probably going to have to push it at the right-hand goalpost.
Yeah, absolutely. With that breeze, we'll just hold up in that for a little bit. So distance should have been an issue. It's just the accuracy with that breeze.
He's had his moments in front of goal this year, Big Gatto. Comes in, kick on the way. Oh, he loves... No, he went early. Gatto celebrated that one very early off the boot, and it's a minor score. He allowed too much in the end. It's 1-1-7. The Magpies are 2 behinds.
Yeah, inside 50s, three for Wangaratta Rovers. So they're getting shots on goal at will at the moment. Every time they go inside 50, as Monty just said, the Magpies just need to tidy up their defensive aspect of the game when the ball gets turned over.
Fraser Ellis went a bit longer on that occasion. A nice little shove in the back by Muzz. Got away with it, I reckon. Comes across to Philo. Philo runs around, drives it long. 15 out from goal. Mark Lou! Fluence! Mark Clue has marked directly in front, 15 metres out.
They've looked so dangerous, and they've got long to one-on-ones, haven't they? And they had Sam Murray at the back too. Had 4 or 5 metres on Matty Grossman, who was trailing him in the goal square. So he was the option if he got out the back. So very, very dangerous signs here if the Rovers continue this form.
He has 48 for the season. Mark Clue comes in. He's got 49. Rovers get their second goal, 2-1-13. They lead Wangaratta 2 behinds. And that's on the Steel Line scoreboard.
As we said, inside 50s, bang for buck at the moment. The Rovers have gone inside 4 times and had 3 shots on goal and looked dangerous every single time with 3 marks with those forward 50 entries. So the Wangaratta Magpies need to be a bit more aware of what the opposition is doing inside that forward 50.
Yeah, they worked that one out well, Mont, didn't they? With Mark Clue holding his front crowd. He got a little bit of support from a teammate and just kept boarding on's fist out of it.
It did, and the kick from outside, from 75 out to the top of the goal square was beautiful too.
Yeah, Philo just with that extra penetration. Noel's got the tap, but Murray sharks it. Kicks it towards forward 50. Good quick hands there by Justin Lewis. Back on now to O'Brien. O'Brien, Mark Clue! He should get a free kick. He will. He had all but taken the mark, and then he was infringed. He's going to have an easy shot on goal.
Yeah, Matty Grossman just was in the wrong spot there and got out the back. Did Mark Law again, front on contact when he was trying to take that mark, and he'll go back and put this one through from about 3 metres out.
Well, Fluence, Mark Clue, as he likes to roll these days, is looking for goal number 50. There it is, straight through that guards. He gives a little bit of feedback to the Wangaratta thirds sitting behind the fence. And the Rovers, after a bit of a steady start, have banged on 3 quick goals. And they've stretched their lead out now to 16 points.
The last 2 entries inside forward 50, Alex Marklu's had the mismatch with Matt Grossman because Michael Boardinghouse just actually come off the ground for a little bit of period there. So that they've made hay while the sun shines, Alex Marklu.
And the ball's gone, boys. So they've had to get the replacement ball out, so it's been run out here. So, yeah, must have really kicked that one through and got out that back fence there.
I reckon one of those Cora under 16 kids grabbed that.
They'll know where it is. They'll hide in the back of the car.
Oh, poor old Cheddar.
Tex.
Back in the middle. Just evaded Carpenter. Porter's been chucked in there. Tried to fend off. Been caught holding the ball.
Quick on the whistle.
Quick call. And Ed Damon, the recipient of the free kick, goes short to Brody Philo. Onto the running man, Murray. Geez, the Rovers have started hot. Hand pass to Catapan. Put him under pressure. Turnover by McVeigh for the Pies in the middle of the ground. Goes out wide. Just missed his intended target there, which was Laverty. He's happy to see the boundary line. It'll be thrown back in far side centre wing. The Rovers 3-1-19 to the Magpies 2 behinds on the Steel Line scoreboard. Opening term. We've gone 14 or so minutes for NZ. Good crowd here at the WJ Finlay Oval. Windy sort of conditions in the qualifying final, but nice sunny blue skies. Ooh, Murray went low and hard. Umpire just said play on in the end. Probably could have been a free kick there to Knowles. The Rovers through McCartney. Move the ball from centre wing to half forward. Around the corner. Bounces once again over the line, and it will be thrown back in just next to the scoreboard. The Rovers starting well. 3 early goals here in the opening term. Robin McKinlay for McRae Motors.
Yeah, good work, Panda. Yeah, so 3-1-19, 2 behinds. 15 minutes just about to tick over on the NZ time clock. And Wangaratta, they're going to have to defend here stoutly. They're under a lot of pressure at the moment as they take the ball towards centre wing. Looking there for the ball is McVeigh with strength. He paddled it forward. He just needs to regain. Tackled by Ledger. McVeigh got time to get a handball through. Here's a chance here now for Laverty. Couldn't run onto the footy. Great work by McQuaid. Kicks the ball to centre wing. Booth was good. He just cleared a pathway there. Tyler Norton out the back gathered. Got it on now to Cam Barrett. Good vision from Barrett. He spotted up a chance out there, which is Paddy Naish. He had one bounce on centre wing. Murray River side of the ground. Penetrates the ball forward. Juice Newton takes a good, strong grab. 45 out. About 10 in from the boundary.
Yeah, I just showed just there how you got to try and get around the Wangaratta Rovers defence by changing the lanes, get it out the other side, which Paddy Nace was waiting there, and as soon as he got it on and could run, just a massive leading lane there for Juice, and he was able to take that cleanly.
It's a tough one, this. Into a bit of breeze, a little bit of cross breeze. Newton, the ball sits up, top of the gold square, and it's knocked through comfortably in the end by the Wangaratta Rovers defence. So the Magpies get their third score, which is a behind. There are 3 behinds. Wangaratta Rovers 3-1-19. Bobby Jackson for 40 Winks. How are those inside 50s looking?
Well, surprisingly, Wangaratta Magpies are 7-5 in front, but the bang for buck for Rovers. They're moving the ball quickly and more efficiently forward and getting the scoreboard pressure. With 5 inside 50s, they've had 4 shots on goal at this point of the game. Yeah, well, they're scoring with 5 inside 50s. They've scored 4 times, including 3 goals. There's a ball, a rare sight, ball out of bounds on the clubroom side of the ground. If you're listening at home or you're viewing, there is a bit of a cross breeze here today, going across the ground, away from the camera. Good crowd in. Gaston takes up front position, tapped it cleverly too. From behind, although looks like, Mon, I'm going to get down to you, Mon, as Grossman takes a good grab. Has there been a bit of a change?
Yeah, Boards is on the bench. He just had a wrist re-strap, so he's just sitting here at the moment, just trying to get up back on.
Good work there. That's Scotty Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel, just picking up that one as Shane Gaston, the flying Frenchman, takes a good grab at half back, pumps it to half forward. Mark Lou's there, courage there by Tilly. Good work by McCartney. He stays strong. He ducked under 1, 2, 3 tackles. In the end, handballed. He's going to chase up his own kick. He's going to track down Paddy Naish. Naish's handball over the top. Look for Ellis. Couldn't get him. Frederico, clever, was tackled immediately. Second time he had hold of the footy. And umpire Tommy Lockhart is going to ball it up. Centre wing, clubroom side of the ground. It's 19-3. Wang Rovers lead it in the derby. The finals derby. Doesn't get much better than that. Over the footy is Dillstone. Knocked it out in the end towards Sammy Murray. Had the ball jarred out by Norton. Paddy Nace got a high tackle. And it's spotted there by young umpire Lockhart. Free kick will go the way of Paddy Nace. He goes short and he finds Frederico, who just bumps off Sam Catapan. Bit of friendly fire. Newton's there, flew high. The fish from behind was good by McQuaid. Hurried kick there by Kai Williamson. Finds Frederico, who tried to play for a 50 there. Frederico, kick inside forward 50. Oh, beautifully read by Tommy Boyd. He's the intercept king. He goes wide. Mark Clues covered a lot of ground. Couldn't quite gather it. Grossman was behind him. Dished out a handball. Now it goes backwards to Ellis. Ellis gives up more ground. Goes back to Tilly. Tilly has short kicks, going to be good. It is a beauty too. It finds Harry Hewitt. Harry Hewitt now runs through the middle of the ground, kicks it towards Newton from behind. McQuaid's defensive fist was excellent. Brought the ball to ground. Allison's in there. Can't get it out. He'll stay over the ball. And umpire Zarkle says, give it to me, fellas. 45 out from the Wangaratta goal. They trail 19-3, and we've gone 19 minutes, and that's on the NZ time clock.
Just quickly, boys, Boardingong's had that knee strapped up, so just going through a bit of a fitness test, getting moving again, so hopefully he's right to go again.
Yeah, Monty down boundary side for the Newmarket Hotel. Now, Murray bursts from back flank. It's a penetrating kick too. They've got the numbers back here. Tilly, who's been good so far for Wangaratta down there, takes the mark on centre wing. He goes short. It's a good kick too. He finds Fraser Ellis. Ellis is going to come across the ground now. This really opens things up. Harry Smart's got it. Can he stay the attacking side of the ground? He does. From behind, McVeigh's there. Oh, look at him. Tom Boyd, another big grab in a big moment. Takes a good grab.
Charles Ledger did well there too, Robbie. He was just able to get McVeigh off his feet a little bit too, so he couldn't influence that contest.
Allison with the ball at half back. Wants to switch the footy And we see this so often, don't we, Monty? Late in quarters, the Wangaratta Rovers just play this possession football, don't they?
Yeah, we've spoken about it a lot this year. It's just that different game mode that they never had in the last 3 or 4 years. So they really just need to control this quarter to finish off.
Knowles intercepts, goes back inside 50 for the Magpies. Williamson working hard. Did he get a push in the back from McVeigh? Umpire says no, give it to me. And it will be balled up inside 50 for the Wang Magpies, who trail this one by 16 points. Late stages, first term for A-grade Alls and Batteries. We played 20 minutes for NZ.
Yeah, almost in time on. Gaston does well. Kick off the ground there by Federico, and will go out of bounds about 40 metres around from the Wangaratta goal. Bobby Jackson for 40 winks.
Real lopsided stat here. The inside 50s is 12-5 in favour of the Wangaratta Magpies, so they need to get some bang for buck. Very Juice Newton-centric at the moment. They need to find another avenue, don't you think, Mont?
Extraordinary. That's one of the stats of the year from you, Bobby.
Thank you, mate.
Jay, love your work. Here's McCartney. Kicks it to the wing. Here's Ed Damon. Oh, it got jarred out in the tackle. That's okay. Damon's handball's intercepted by Tilly. Probably been Wangaratta's best. Knowles got it on to Pat Naish. He'll go short. Geez, he set a task there for Jackson Clark. Sam Murray read the ball well. Just squeezed a little short kick to Jack Garish. Garish here. Between half-back and centre wing. Clubroom side of the ground. I hear a whistle. That's okay, it's a mark. Nothing to panic about, Robbies.
Bordeong's back out there too, boys. Going straight to Mark Lou again.
Straight back to Mark Lou. And it'll be Catapan drives the ball to centre wing. From, there's Boarding on. There, you can hear the fist. You can hear it through the sound effects there from Michael Boarding on. It's going to be a boundary throw in right in front of you, Monty.
Yeah, how good is it when Michael Boardingong's out there? As I said, he's up there as one of the best defenders in the competition and one with the best we've seen for about 10, 15 years, I reckon.
Super important to their setup, Monty.
Yeah, he's huge. He takes the best forward.
2 goals to Mark Lute, 1 to Murray in this opening term. Owned by the Wang Rovers here in the qualifying final. Murray once again hunting the ball like a bull. Jumping on this footy, and we're going to have a ball up just in front of our broadcast position. 4 to centre for the Wangaratta Rovers. Point of the square here at a packed John Ford Oval. Only one way to describe the game here today. Knowles getting his hands to it again. Down to Stone, on to Philo. And this is where the Rovers are at their best. Philo goes long, as he does so often. McCartney's the flyer, coming across the front of the pack. Justin Lewis roves it brilliantly, fires on goal. You'd hear the groans from the crowd below us, and it's out of bounds. Will be thrown back in a dangerous position for the Wangaratta Rovers, who would love a late one here at the 22nd minute mark for NZ here in this opening term.
Yeah, dangerous situation again here for Wang. They really can't afford to cough one up here late. Adjacent the behind post, boundary for a good throw in too. Here's a chance, Damon, good smother by Knowles. Came back well. Now we'll get a chance to chick Gotchling onto Barrett. Barrett off the outside of the boot towards Dane Porter, who gathers. Handball is superbly weighted to Melville. Melville's tackled straight away. He knocked it out. Porter, cleverly, kick off the ground. Half volley there. He's going to take it. Juice has claimed the mark, and that's fair enough too. He'll go across to the centre of the ground. Kicks a good one to Van Naish, and he goes short. And that's good running football there from the Wangaratta Magpies, and they'll go back and have a shot. 40 out directly in front.
All started from that kick from Barrett from half-back on the outside of the boot. It was smart. He saw Dane Porter really late and was able to adjust his kick to find him. And then he just went chip, chip, chip down the ground, and they get a shot on goal because of this smart ball use.
Nick Richards. Gee, this is a big kick. I'm not sure if the journey's there. Comes in. It holds up. It stays. The journey. He's nailed it. Gee, that's a good goal. A Sunjang goal of the day contender from Nick Richards. And as Monty said, it was just good possessive football. They need that one. They got one late in the quarter. They get there first. 1-3-9. And they trail Wangaratta Rovers 3-1-19. This is for A-grade Alls and Batteries.
Post high, Robbie. I can't believe you thought the distance might have been an issue. You did it easy in the end.
I was just watching Juice's kicks from the other side, but maybe there's indication with the breeze there.
Might be a 38-year-old kicking compared to a 26-year-old. But no, really smart play there from the Magpies just to get it all the way down there and have a shot on goal.
Just a quick one. Alex Federico's running hot at the moment. He's had the 7 touches along with Pat Naish as well. He's had the 6, whereas Brody Philo and Sam Murray have had the 5 each for the Rovers.
25-minute mark of the opening term, and the Magpies are on the board here in the qualifying final as Murray once again streams out. Look at that kick, finds Osborne. 2 kicks from home for the Rovers. Far side of the ground, wheels around onto the right, kicks it to about 30 from goal. Big pack, Grossman. We've seen him do that a number of times already. breaks away from his man and punches it over the boundary line. And the boundary line does win out in front of the Wang thirds there. 10 metres around from the Rovers goal. 3-1 in the opening term. Late stages here. The qualifying final with Yarrawonga to play the winner. Thrown back in. Will O'Keefe did well and then missed it.
And here's a chance for Gottschling. Inside hand, straight back to Knowlesy. Knowlesy gave it back and there was an opponent there ready to tackle him. And the Rovers' forward pressure's been excellent. They create another ball up, 7 out from their goal. They lead 19-9. 26 minutes have ticked over for A-grade oils and batteries. Gerish was clever. Murray might be a chance from here. Top of the goal square kick. Mark Lou gets a run at it. Ball comes to ground. Roved superbly. Stewie Booth nails it! Booth gets the 4 for the Rovers. Throws Grossman to the ground to help celebrate. And that's a big one late in the quarter. And the margin goes back out to 16 points. Rovers lead it.
Forward craft 101 right there. Get front and centre at pace. It was absolutely unbelievable there the way he did that. And I think there's just been a free kick played too, boys. The whistle from Ash Broughton's been whistled. So I reckon it's going to go to Wang. Yeah, so a little bit going on after that goal. But yeah, really smart play, Stu Booth, to put that one through.
Tell you what, they need to do something about Sam Murray in the last 5 or so minutes.
Yep.
We'll get Bobby J. Well, Bobby J, how many for Sam Murray?
He's had 7 for 40 winks.
On fire. So a free kick back in the middle here. Knowlesy fakes to go to Grossman. Lowers the eyes at the last minute. Not a good kick. Allison floats off, tries to intercept at half back. Big pile of players and it's going to be balled up. Edge of 50. Maggie's end of the ground. 1-4 in this opening term. Gottschling, that's holding the ball, tried to bite off a little bit more than he can chew, and the Rovers take advantage here. They're sniffing another late one.
Yep.
It's Philo who goes really long to half forward. Not a great kick. Floating back. Tilly, as he's done so often this year, takes an intercept mark. His kick hangs a long way up in the air. Well done, Sam Murray. Intercepted while Clark was certainly able to mark it. Then bananas it towards the boundary. All Magpies there, though. Norton under real pressure from Mark Lou from behind. The Maggies, or the Rovers, want a free kick. Scotty Montgomery right in front of you, but the boundary line wins out.
Yeah, it went over the boundary line. Smart play by the umpire. Good call, I think. Definitely one before the tackle was completed.
Yeah, great call there from umpire Ash Broughton. Knowles over the back, well read by Richards. Philo got a hand on it. Grossman, quick handball to Norton. Norton left foot kick. Sam Murray knocked back the half volley, mopped up by Knowles. Naish got it on to Jesse Smith. Hadn't seen a lot of it yet. Clever tap. That's it. That's it. She wrote for the quarter time, first quarter action. Wangaratta Rovers 4-1-25. They lead their Wang Maggies 1-3-9. That was for A-grade oils and batteries.
Great opening term. Stay with us here on O&M Live. We'll be back after the break. It's the Rovers and the Pies in the Wangaratta Derby. And on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor. able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The rumours are true, we're heading to the Riverina. That's right, fifth quarter camps is heading to Albury and Wagga Wagga this October. We'll be in Albury on Tuesday the 8th and Wednesday the 9th of October. We'll then be in Wagga Wagga on the 10th. Isaac and I will be bringing plenty of our teammates along for the journey. We can't wait to see you all there. Head to fifth quarter camp's website for more details. See you soon.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
For Out There, Jayco Albury-Wodonga.
O&M Live on 2AY.
Welcome back here to the John Ford Oval in Corowa. A big bumper crowd. Hope you're enjoying the action on 2AY 3&A and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV as well. Sees a 4-1 opening term to the way of the Wangaratta Rovers. They hold a 16-point lead at quarter time. 4-1-25 to the Pies. 1-3-9. Blake Pandarescott with you. Bobby Jackson. We got Robbie McKinlay, Scotty Montgomery's at the huddles as well. Bobby J, who do you think was some of our McRae Motors quarters best in the opening term and some of the stat winners for 40 winks?
Well, Wangaratta Rovers, the standout play, particularly after the first 5 or 6 minutes, was Sam Murray. He had the 8 touches and worked a lot of the ball forward into the forward 50 for the Rovers, and also Brody Fowler was very influential around the stoppages and first touch outside the clearance area. And for Wangaratta Magpies, Alex Federico was really busy with the 7 touches, and Pat Nash on his wing had the 6 as well. A standout stat for the quarter was inside 50s was 13-7 in favour of Wangaratta Magpies, and there was 4 shots on goal for the Magpies to 5 for the Rovers. So that was very much a glaring stat that stands out for the stat sheets for 40 winks.
Yeah, absolutely, Jacko. That's quite amazing, actually. Their conversion rate up there, their efficiency, has been almost the polar opposite, Monty, of what we've seen from Wangaratta.
Yeah, absolutely it has been, and yeah, Juice Newton let his teammates know about it when they first come in. From the break, he just sort of really pointed a few out and said, we're not playing our roles. We spoke about it all week, yet we went away from it when we got under pressure, so we've got to get back to that. When I listened to Sam Murray, he was so happy with the pressure his side's been able to bring for that first quarter. Just their forward line, especially, they were able to lock it in when they did have it down there and get shots on goal, which is the most important thing in the final.
It was really that first 8 minutes, Monty, wasn't it, when Wangaratta Magpies had a lot of their forward 50 entries, then the guns got to play, I suppose. Sam Murray, Brody Foley and Lockie O'Brien around the stoppages, around the ball, really got the ball moving forward for the Rovers and gave their forward 50 entries quality in dangerous positions.
Yeah, absolutely. And their back six really stood up when they were under the pump. They got all those repeat inside 50s, the Wangaratta Magpies, but the back six for the Rovers were able to stand up and repel, and then they got their just rewards when they were able to hit the inside 50 board.
It's fair to say that the Magpies need a different avenue to goal going inside 50 besides just targeting Juice Newton.
Yeah, well, Juice's one of his points was their half forwards got really high and got lost up the ground and didn't get back to their reference points, which made it really hard because they were basically 1 or 2 out and the half backs didn't follow up, so therefore it was sort of 2 on 5, 2 on 6. So that was one of his biggest points when he had a chat at the start of the break.
Just waiting for a couple of kids to vacate the ground at the moment with their footies, fetching their footies.
Finals time, you love it when there's this many people here, don't you?
Absolutely.
You get a kick next quarter break, Monty.
Second quarter, about to get underway here for Jaco Albury Wodonga, and of course they have the biggest shed at the Border Caravan and Camping Leisure Fest. We were out there earlier today, Big Mac.
Yeah, we had a good look at it. Frederico had a good look at that one too. He pumped it to half forward and he's going to get the next kick. Oh, beautifully done by Frederico. Second, third effort, drove it long. Newton from behind. The fist was good by McQuaid. Will O'Keefe read it well. Crumming front and centre. He's going to get a free kick. He was held off the ball, Will O'Keefe. And the man from Jimatong, Mutton, is going to have a shot.
Yeah, it was against Tommy Boyd there. Just held onto the jumper before he took possession. So the right call. But again, a small forward got to the right spot, front and centre in a big final. It's hard for the forwards to take the marks, and it comes straight there. And Will O'Keefe, who's just gotten better and better as the years got on, needs to make sure he hits the scoreboard when he gets his chance today.
Well, he's kicking it straight at his thirds teammates or supporters. Drives it. It's a scrubby old kick from Will. And he's pushed it to the near side. Never had a good spin on it. Minor score, 1-4-10. Wangaratta. Rovers, 4-1-25. Early stages of the second quarter, which is for Jaco Albury Wodonga.
Bit of a mongrel old kick that was from Will O'Keefe, to put it lightly. Just the distance always looked like it was just a little bit beyond him. As Sam Murray marks in the back pocket for the Rovers. Just 9-irons his kick out beautifully to Xavier Allison, who marks just inside the paint. Sealed half back. Far side of the ground. Play being hung over there a lot lately with the wind here at the John Ford Oval. Gotchling wraps up a rover, and we're going to have a ball up just forward of the wing here. Far side of the ground. Lots of cars packed into this John Ford Oval. Big Mac for McRae Motors.
Yeah, it's a healthy crowd indeed. Umpire Ash Broughton tossed it in the air, and looks like Ash has got a new fresh haircut too. He's looking the goods. Allison dished the ball back to Murray. Got knocked off the ball there. Now back to Ledger, who's been good. Tight to the boundary line. Damon was the target. And coming through was Alex McCarthy. And he knocked it over. And for mine, guys, we're looking at our elite body and paint mark or player of the day, whatever you like. But for mine, Sam Murray, a couple of those moments, Bobby J, in that first quarter really stood out for me.
He really was influential after that first 8-minute mark where the Wangaratta Magpies had majority of the play. He put his influence on the game straight away and got his team moving forward.
The Rovers grubber it up to half forward. Oh, Grossman got an awful bounce. How about the clean hands at ground level from McCarthy onto Stone. Swings it around the corner. The Rovers go in again, but Tilly down there holding firm for the Magpies. Wants to switch the footy straight away to the open broadcast side. Paddy Nace just took that one a little bit easy, dropped it, but he had enough time to move the ball onto Barrett. He moves it on to Dane Porter in game 350. Big Mac?
Yeah, legend. Absolute legend of the league. Clark misread it. McVeigh tripped over. Allison said, thanks, boys. I'll have a bit of this. Got it now onto Tommy Boyd. Floated to Philo. This is where he's so dangerous. Low left foot kick towards Marklew. Tried to pat it out there towards McCarthy. It didn't work. Tilly was over the ball, and he's going to get away with it. Umpire Broughton says, give it to me. Just inside forward 50 for Wangaratta. They trail 25-10. Sorry, for Rovers. Rovers lead 25-10.
3-minute mark for NZ in this second term for Jaco Albury Wodonga. Federico, how many now, Bobby J?
That is number 11.
A high up and under, out of defence. Jackson Clark just paddles that one, almost threw it, in fact, to the boundary line. And it will be thrown back in as we go down to Scotty Montgomery for the Newie.
Bobby reckons that one should be paid deliberate normally, don't you, Bob?
Correct.
No.
I saw a deliberate last week in the round 18 Wodonga versus North Albury game. It was
it paid?
It was paid.
Who was umpiring?
Call. I can't remember. Robbie?
Should be more of it.
Oh, well, it must have been deliberate then. Harry Smart got on towards Melville. Couldn't get it. Now, here's a bit of a go here. Grossman on his hands and knees. Frederico, another one, Bob. On to Dane Porter. Oh, pay it. I would have. He was under a lot of pressure from Tommy Boyd. Maybe I was a bit more emotionally invested in the occasion, and maybe it was a pretty fair shout from umpire Adam Zarkle, who's having trouble picking up the ball. Now he gets it.
Just a quick one for 40 Wings. Xavier Allison's had 4 early touches in the second quarter. I think they're keen to get the ball in his hands. He's a clean distributor with efficiency rate close to 100.
Naish on to Gotchling, bit of a spinning move out of traffic. On to Smith, who come up from half forward. Now Barrett on his left foot. Goes towards Naish. Ball bounces well and truly in front of him to Parnell. The first arriver there on the scene. Tries to get a 1-2 with his teammate, who wasn't on the same page. Melville, was he tackled high by Lewis? Umpire says no, ball up. Far wing. We'll get a Ray White Rural netball update as well, of course. The Pies were playing the Pigeons.
Tight too.
Very, very tight. And the scores are wrong on the app.
Oh, that's handy.
There we go. So we'll just hold that for Ray White Rural, Robbie. It says 9-7 full time.
I might stick my head out the door and see if we can spot it up. Here's a chance for Stewie Booth. Gathered, got around his opponent, which was Barrett, a high up and under. And Rovers sitting under it there is McCartney. Takes the mark in that dead forward pocket. 45 out. I wouldn't think he could make the journey, Mont.
Nah, neither. We saw Juice from this spot a couple of times, not quite get the distance, and I reckon it'll be the same for McCartney.
Hard kick up against the boundary, Big Mac.
Well, he's sort of having a bit of a look here. This could be, yeah, that's the oldest trick in the book, that one, and he goes short. And he finds it too well. That was very lax from the Wangaratta Magpies there.
Yeah, Sammy Catapan was standing there for a very long time too and screaming for it. So I don't know how no one picked him up. But, yeah, and then also Dylan Stone just rolled into that spot as well. So very, very loose checking there from the Magpies. Got to be a bit smarter. And there was no way Lockie McCartney was going to, you could tell from when he marked it, he was going to pass it off.
And he goes short again. And he finds Big Ed Damon. So, gee, that's lax. Very lax indeed.
I bet you he's a shot butt, boys. Yeah. I reckon he'll go back. This is right in front. He shouldn't have any trouble with the distance from there.
For him to be that open, Monty, there'd have to be some checking off the ball deep.
Yeah, I reckon there must have been because there was no one near. I think Will O'Keefe was the closest to him, and, you know, that's not the matchup.
So Eddie Damon, chance to extend this lead. It's currently 15. He's pulled it to the left, and it's going to go through for a minor score. So 4-2-26, the Wangaratta Rovers. Wangaratta Magpies 1-4-10. And we have on the NZ time clock, we've just ticked over almost 7 minutes.
And of course, on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard, as the Rovers at the Magpies at half back onto Jesse Smith. He's going to go back into his own defence to Barrett. Long way across the ground, just gets there to Naish. Holding his width nice and pretty well early, Monty.
Yeah, he's been all right, Naish. I reckon he's just got to get in his hands a bit more often.
Damon intercepts, though, for the Rovers. Goes short to Garish, who didn't think it was 15 and play it on. And the umpire said, Jack, I've paid it. So he plays on. Wheels around onto the right, goes long over the head of Mark Lou. Working hard there in defence, was boarding on. The boundary line working even harder, and will be thrown back in 20 metres around from the Rovers goal, who on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard lead this one, Bobby J, by 16 points for 40 Winks.
For 40 Winks, that travelled 7.75 metres.
Yeah, I'd like to see that measure out on the Gazy's, the big roost, the little roost. Here's a chance here. Ball dangerously spilling around, bobbling around near the goal square. Naish got involved. That was Patrick. Got a 1-2. Kicked it long and deep. Lockie O'Brien's going to track this. Have a look at this left boot. Never misses many targets. And there's no exception there. And it's marked by Finn Osborne. About 70 out from goal. Rovers lead by 16. He sort of runs to the defensive side of the ground. The kick to the pocket. And that's just a young player mistake, inexperience from there. That dead pocket. The Wangaratta Magpies love that. And Tilly has the mark right as deep as you can get in defence, Panda. And he might be out of trouble yet. Kick missed the target. Alex McCarthy grabbed it, snapped it, until he's going to get another chance. I reckon this one will go about 40 metres longer. Take it away, Panda. It does.
It does indeed. McCarthy probably just had a little bit more time there. Brought down really hard was Brad Melville. And it's going to be a free kick to the Pies at half back to Squid, who's a little bit slow to get up, Monty, for the newie.
Yeah, he is. He's very, very slow. Yeah, not sure what's happened there. Might have got maybe a knock to the ribs or something.
Monty, is there a bit of action there with the umpires?
Yeah, there is. Mason Ring's just getting his gear off, so I reckon he'll be going out there for a change off.
He's stripping off.
Right in front of Robbie. Don't get too excited, Monty.
Who's the injured umpire?
Don't know. I'm just waiting to see.
Goal umpire?
Well. No.
I'd love to see Mason with the 2 fingers as Gottschling has been mowed down.
Some of the feedback he's got this year, I reckon he would like to give the 2 fingers to.
Absolutely. So
Here he
Gottschling has a free kick
I reckon it's
on centre wing.
Adam Zarkle.
Zarkle, yep.
Well, watch that one as Gottschling goes to half forward. A great mark in from the side. Tommy Boyd, he's done it all year, and he switches beautifully to Garish, and he can get and go for the Rovers, Big Mac.
He does indeed. Mont, I want you to ask Adam Zarkle what he's done when he get a chance. He's going to... Oh, Jack had 2 bounces, and he's been corralled by Jesse Smith. Now he gets on his right foot. That's a bit of penetration into half forward. Big fist, brings the ball to ground. Oh. Good work by Catapan. Unloaded to McCarthy. Tackled by Frederico. And it's going to be a ball up. And I'd say that's a soft tissue injury of some sort.
Hamstring.
Hamstring is Monty's guess. Panda, that's bad luck for Adam Zarkle, who's having a good game.
It is. Damon on the right boot. Mark Lou, an elite body and paint mark of the day. Came from 3 deep. And he will line up from 20 metres out directly in front.
Big thing Ed Damon brings is a bit of presence around the stoppages as well, like he did just then. Won the contest and got it on the boot quick. And, yeah, just how quick is that ball movement going inside 50, and how good would Mark Lou be loving that when they can't get back and defend him like they love to, because he just gets a free run at it, and when he's running leaping at it, he's taking 9 out of 10.
So he's already kicked 2. Has Al Mark Lou put it in the book for number 3. The Rovers move to 5-2-32. The Pies 1-4-10. A Sunjan goal that A to go with it as well. A wonderful mark by Alex Marklew, who has kicked 22 goals in his last 4.5 games. Bobby Jackson?
As we said in the first quarter, that it seems to be the scoring seems with the left, Monty, because the clearances are telling me, the inside 50s are telling me it's 6-2 Wangaratta Rovers' way. So a little bit of a contradiction with the way the breeze is blowing.
Yeah, well, the breeze is still just going straight across the ground, so it's not really favouring either end.
Round the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. CDHPU 24 lead Randwalbundry Waller Giants 2 at Walbundry. And it's a rare saute forward here for Wangaratta. Inside forward 50, Laverty overran the ball. Ledger's working hard. Now here's a Jesse Smith. He got one high, I reckon he did. Umpire Broughton was right on the money there. And this will be a really good indicator with the breeze here. On a normal day, he would get the journey here.
Yeah,
I know it's cross. But
yeah, I just reckon he's going to have to aim it just outside that right goal post again, Robbie, and let that wind take it back towards the middle of the goals, because it has died down a little bit, but it's still definitely there. So as he just throws the grass in the air like Matty Lloyd. But yeah, definitely distance should not be an issue for Trigger.
I love the way the boys, they throw the grass in the air and they don't even look at it. Jesse Smith.
It's a routine thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's habit. Now Jesse, he's a good operator. From 48, Smith. Off the boot, he has nailed it! Jesse's banged it through from 48 metres. Wang get their second. It's a Sunjan goal of the day contender. Margin back to 16 points. Rovers lead. 12.5 minutes gone. Second quarter action for Jaco Albury-Wodonga.
Safe to say that was really needed. You know, the Wangaratta Rovers have had majority of the play this quarter, and for them to get an inside 50, which they've only had 3 of, the Magpies, to get a score on the board was crucial compared to the first quarter where they had 13 for 4. So that was a very important for their efficiency going forward.
He just knows where the goals are. Jesse Smith has done for many a year. He is an important cog to Ben Reid's Wangaratta Magpies outfit. As Sam Murray once again with a breaking clearance out of the middle, darting kick to half forward over the head of Justin Lewis. Smart in best position for the Pies, but Lewis did really well with a great second effort. Mark Lou put his head over the footy. Coming hard was boarding on. This is a really hot footy as Osborne's worried over the boundary line. Probably 80 from home.
Yep.
Wangaratta Rovers end, and it will be thrown back in at the 13th minute mark for NZ in this second term. Robbie McKinlay for Jaco Albury-Wodonga.
He's been good there, Mont, hasn't he, Osborne? He just gives a contest around half forward.
Yeah, him and Justy Lewis have been fantastic this year playing that half forward role. Just their forward line pressure has been massive for the Rovers.
Murray lurking at the back of the pack. Gabbard, handball in a hurry. Or Philo. Missed it by millimetres. Free kick.
Holding the footy.
Holding the footy. Advantage rule paid in the meantime.
Mason's going to bring it back. His first decision.
Drag it back. Of course, that's the emergency umpire, Mason Ring, onto the ground. Umpire Adam Zarkle left the ground about 5 minutes ago, which would appear to be a hamstring injury diagnosed by Dr. Montgomery.
Seen plenty of them.
You've seen a few of them, Mont, and I reckon you're on the money there. I reckon Tilly's nearly been the best for Wang. pumps the ball to centre wing. Newton got a little bit of a hand in the back. Nothing major. The ball's going to go out of bounds. True centre wing, Murray River side of the ground. If you've just joined us, Wangaratta Rovers lead 32-16. We've gone about 14 minutes in the second quarter on the NZ time clock.
Blake Penderecott with you and Robbie McKinlay on 2AY, 3Ns, O&M Live and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV for McRae Motors and Bobby Jackson on your 40-wing stat sheet. Monty for the newie as Philo in the middle of the ground pumps it long on his opposite foot. You wouldn't know what footer he is, Brody Philo. At half forward, the Magpies.
What footer?
Footer. Who cares? Feet. My English isn't great at the best of times as Williamson got a free kick here for a high in the middle of the ground. Coming across there a little bit overzealous was Matty Grossman. And Williamson goes out wide. Dylan Stone didn't really know the footy was coming his way, but he's got speed to mop up. On the wing, goes by hand. The Rovers go inside attacking 50. Where's Mark Lou? He's already got 3. Not a good kick towards Shane Gaston. And Tilly with another interceptor. Monty's playing a good game in defence.
Yeah, he's setting himself up really, really well at the moment, isn't he? He's just getting to a good spot, getting in the hole, and the kicking hasn't been great from the Rovers to go inside 50 as many times as they have, to not really hit the scoreboard as many times as they should have.
Mont, just wanted to potentially into the second half, could Tilly be an option to go forward?
Oh, I reckon that just, robbing Peter to pay Paul a little bit with that one.
Yeah. Mark missed there by Catapan, mopped up deliciously by Jack Gerish. Mark Lou got a horrid bounce. There's that man Tilly again. Handball was intercepted. He cleverly tapped it over to Tyler Norton. Norton with the one bounce. Handball now. Now here's a chance. They'll go forward. The half forward, gutsy effort. Both players there. Richards was fantastic. Stuck his head over the footy. And he had a really good effort there. Ball up. Bobby, you got something for me?
I just feel as though Juice Newton had the ball in perfect position there to go deeper than what he did.
He had Levity on the half-forward flank all by himself too. He probably should have been the option.
Federico just socketed it forward. Will O'Keefe, did he get one in the back?
He did.
Ash Broughton says no. And it will be a ball up. Edge of the square in the forward half of the ground for the Wangaratta Magpies.
What Newton was doing down there. I'm looking for this big, tall bloke in blue boots.
He wanted to kick it to himself.
He was that far down the ground.
Over this footy, Hewitt. And we got another ball up, pretty much in the same spot, Bobby Jackson, for 40 winks as we had 20 seconds ago.
Yep, inside 50s, Wangaratta Rovers have turned it around this quarter. They're 8-3 in their favour and getting some real scoreboard pressure on the Magpies.
Middle of the ground, kicking off the ground there by Dylan Stone. He missed out. Is that it's a good tackle.
On the ball.
Trouble. Advantage play. No, they're going to bring it back. That was smart there from McCartney. And Brody Philo, who has been very prominent. His stats, please, Bobby, quickly. Thank you very much. Not many for Brody, according to Bob. High left foot kick at the goal square. Bounce will be critical here. And it goes to the left-hand side for a minor score.
Sorry, Brody Philo for 40 winks, 10 touches, mate.
10 touches, thanks, Bob. I knew you were busy doing something else. I spotted as I mentioned it to you, and I knew you'd get your way out of it.
I'm just distracted for a second there. I'm sorry.
Take it away, Panda.
Thank you, Robbie.
I'll have you under, Bob.
Boarding on, goes out wide, looking for Mark Lou. Big one-on-one there between Garish and also Melville, and in the end, the boundary line is the friend of the Wangaratta Magpies, and it will be thrown back in at half-back for the Pies. We've had one goal apiece in this second term through Mark Lou, who's got 3, and Jesse Smith as well. We've played around 17 minutes, so not too far away as we tick up towards half-time for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Gaston, beautiful tap out the back, looking for Philo. Garish first there, coming through like a steam train was Federico. The ball. Harry Smart got his head ripped off by Booth, and it's a free kick for the Pies at half-back. He can go out wide to Naish if he wants him, doesn't. Goes out to the far side of the ground all by himself as Laverty, who takes a pretty... Well, he was the friend of the umpire there because he should have marked that one, and he goes short to Richards, under pressure by Nolan. Has to give it back to Laverty. The Pies have stuffed it up here. Big tackle by Justin Lewis. Free kick to the Rovers in the middle of the ground. Robbie McKinlay.
Yeah, because Jesse Smith was off to the races there too, but they missed it. Lewis, good kick into half forward. Tilly missed one. Here's a chance here for Big Ed Damon to squeeze the handball out. Overrunning it was McCarthy. Good tackle there, Harry Smart. They're going to hold it up, and there'll be a ball up. 45 out from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. They lead 33-16. We have gone 19 minutes on the NZ time clock. Of course, we're doing this quarter for Jaco Aubrey-Wodonga. Geez, they were prominent there this morning at the Camping and Leisure extravaganza. Dylan Stone. Federico intercepted, a look-away handball. No one was looking. That was the only problem. And then Charlie Naish has been tackled. It's still inside forward 50. We've just about gone 19.5 minutes.
A contested game. A little patch here in this second term for Jaco Orbridonga as Ed Damon, an outside banana kick out of the ruck contest. Kicks it high. Mark Lou with the front posse. At ground level was Lewis. Fired a quick hand pass off to Catapan. It was a fresh area there by the Pies defender. Gerish, edge of 50. He's been pretty prominent, Jack Gerish, in this game. Scotty Montgomery on this broadcast wing.
Yeah, he's been great, hasn't he? He's just really stood up. He's got to good positions, and he's been that outlet defender as well. Hasn't let the ball get out on his wing too often, so he's obviously been opposed to Paddy Naish a fair bit today as well.
You got his 40-wing stats, Bob? Gerish?
Gerish, no, not today.
Okay. Murray, chat about that at half-time. Paddles it. Oh, it's intercepted nicely. They get out of trouble. Clark was good. Charles, good to go, Charles! Now they go deep entry, gutsy mark right in front of you, Scotty. My God,
geez,
Charlie Ledger
hasn't
been paid. I would have paid it on effort alone and bravery and all that sort of stuff. And then we're going to settle for a ball up. I thought it was a fair effort, Mike.
How about the fact he marked it, Robbie? That was probably the main reason he should have been paid.
Thought he did enough. Anyway, that's the way she goes sometimes.
Mason's still getting up with it.
Yeah,
just out there recently.
Here he's got control now. He wants a nice toss-up too. One of the best in the business. Here we go, Naish, Paddy, inside forward 50, Juice, Marks. Too far out to score, I think. It's a little floating up and under kick. Knocked out of the hands of Clark, picked up by Jesse Smith. Left foot, screw over his shoulder. Allison missed it. O'Keefe went at it. Play-on's a call. Smith was courageous. Melville couldn't get a swing at it. Good tackle. And there's players down there everywhere. A couple of Wangaratta players down.
Yeah, Will O'Keefe's one of them.
And we're trying to work out who the other one is. I think they'll just stop the...
It's Will O'Keefe and might be Harry Hewitt. No, it's Jesse Smith.
Jesse Smith.
He's struggling too, boys.
Yeah, got to knock as he handballed that one. And we're just going a little bit of a halt and play. It's 33-16, Rovers lead. 21.5 minutes have gone on the NZ time clock. It's for Jaco Orbridonga.
Just a quick one for 40 Winks. Alex Federico, absolutely on fire this quarter, carrying his club on his shoulders. He's had the 9 touches this quarter, go with his 7 in the first quarter. He's really provided some fight around those stoppages and tried to keep the Wangaratta Rovers on-ball division honest.
It looks like Jesse Smith's a bit wobbly coming to the bench, Monty, for the Newey.
Yeah, he is a little bit, yeah. So I don't know if we'll see him back out there today, boys.
Absolutely. So hopefully Jesse Smith will be all right as Liam McVeigh jogs slowly onto the ground.
A bit of blood too, I think, boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's definitely caught one across the noggin. It's been important forward too for the Pies. As Mark Lou comes along and says, hopefully you'll be all right, Jesse. And he'll be balled up into attack for the Magpies. A rare inside 50. First one there was Gotchling. Oh, coming down hard was Parnell. You heard the groans from the crowd. Naish wraps a Rover up, so does Melville. And we're going to be balled up pretty much right on the boundary line. 30 out from the Pies goal, who would love a late one here at the 22nd minute mark of the second term for Jaco. Newton and Gaston doing the ruck work, and we're going to have another stoppage, Robin McKinlay, in the exact same position late stage as second term.
Now we've got another emergency umpire's arrived right in front of Mont there. He's trying to put the suit on.
Come from the twos.
He has. He was halfway through a Northern, I reckon. Just enjoying his
Don't blame him.
No. We'll just keep an eye on him, Mont. Still inside forward 50 for Wangaratta. Can they pinch a late one here to end the second quarter? Gerish got it again. A clever tap too. On now to Catapan. Little high up and under. And Knowlesy grabs it and has a bit. Mark Lou just has a bit of a tussle with his own runner.
Had a big smile on the face while he was doing it.
What you make of what you like of that. It was a previous incident or a dragging from the ground at some stage, and Fuence, as he
might have been a pre-warning, don't drag me or else.
Could have been. Well, Panda, I don't know what you made of that, but make something of this.
About the same as what you made of it, Robbie. Strange, but that's what we expect from Alma as Nace swoops on this football with speed. Laverty back to Richards, like something out of the corner of his eye, inboard towards Federico. Ooh. Murray just collected him high a little bit. Murray says, Ash.
He ducked.
He ducked. As Federico loads up again, look from Clark. Flies high, not able to get to it. Allison under pressure, thought he dropped the ball. Melville tackled him.
It's got to be downfield.
And there's a downfield free kick, Monty, to the way of the Rovers.
Yeah, Juice just dumped Stone after he got the kick away, so yeah, right decision.
So the Rovers are going to have a free kick at half back here. They lead this one 5-3 to 2-4 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. As we go to Robbie McKinlay for McRae Motors. Brody Philo has the ball on centre wing. Actually, we'll get Brody's stats, Bobby. He's been everywhere in this first half.
He's at 11 for this first half for 40 winks.
Righto, as he pumps it forward. Oh, Tilly, that's
free
a free
kick. Yeah, it's behind the ball. It's going to go to McCartney, I think.
No, it's going to go away.
Wow.
Grossi. Grossman, a good kick. Oh, coming through.
No, he's paid a 50 as well against McCartney for disputing, I think.
Okay, you're making an inquiry about the decision.
Yeah, it might have been the way he made the inquiry.
They want to keep Grossi, he'll just keep running here. He's got his 50, he's got the ball in his hand.
And it's Damon, actually, boys, that gave it away, not McCartney.
Apologies there to Paul McCartney. Good. How big is this 50? It's going forever.
It's a big ground too.
Tommy said, I'll give you a bit more. He goes short, does Grossman. Juice. Can't take a chest mark. Good defensive work. Nolan with courage. Punted one high up and under. Nace sits under one. Couldn't get hold of it. Here's a chance here. Oh, Nace went back again. Did he get it high? No, he didn't. Held to him, he says. Going to be a ball up. Good call. I like it. That's half time here at John Ford Oval. There's just a little bit of banter to play out, but on the scoreboard it shows Wangaratta Rovers 5-3-33 leading the Wangaratta Magpies 2-4-16.
More of the second half on the other side of this. Our halftime show is not too far away for Elders Rural. I hope you're enjoying Wangaratta Derby number 3 in 2024. It's the Rovers by 17 points over the Pies. And an O&M Live, 2AY, 3&E, O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. You will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The rumours are true. We're heading to the Riverina. That's right, fifth quarter camps is heading to Albury and Wagga Wagga this October. We'll be in Albury on Tuesday the 8th and Wednesday the 9th of October. We'll then be in Wagga Wagga on the 10th. Isaac and I will be bringing plenty of our teammates along for the journey. We can't wait to see you all there. Head to Fifth Quarter Camp's website for more details. See you soon.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Street Albury.
O&M Live on 2AY.
And welcome back to O&M Live for our halftime show. Thanks to Elders Rural. We're coming from John Ford Oval down here for qualifying final day, Wang Derby Day. We've got the Rovers taking on the Magpies, and it's a 17-point lead to the Rovers at halftime. 5-3, 33 to the Magpies, 2-4, 16. And I'm joined by Bobby Jackson. And Bobby, it's a good half of footy, very tightly contested. Only 2 goals in that second quarter. Just showed how hot and heavy the ball was around the contest, and not a lot of free-flowing footy in that second quarter.
I feel as though the wind might have a bit to do with that as well, Wanty. Just the skills aren't as polished as what they normally would be, so therefore causing a lot of stoppages and a lot of congestion, I suppose, with the skills not being 100% polished as they normally are. So I feel as though that Rovers have had majority of the possession and majority of the better ball, but Magpies it just seem to be holding on and hanging in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the back line of the Magpies has been the main reason for that. I feel they've been absolutely fantastic. Aidan Tilley's doing a great job down there as the second tall. And Michael Bordingong, even though he's had the 3 goals kicked against him, the amount of possession that's going through Alex Marklew, I think Boards is doing an okay job, even though Marklew's kicked the 3.
That's exactly right. And we'll quickly go through the goal quick for the Wangaratta Rovers. As you said, Alex Marklew's got the 3. Sam Murray's got the 1 with a fantastic snap. And also Stewie Booth with a great front and centre. They've kicked the singles. And for the Wangaratta Magpie, Nick Richards has kicked 1, and also Jesse Smith, who we just seen come off late in that quarter with the 1 goal as well. Did you see what a final?
Yeah, he had a bit of blood coming from the top of the head, so whether it's anything worse than that, we'll wait and see. But they were trying to treat the head just to stop that bleeding. And Bordingong obviously come off during that quarter too and had the knee strapped and got it moving okay. So he's back out there. It was one of those ones, wasn't it, where we saw Michael Newton at times in that quarter get really high up the ground, which they just lost all structure forward of the footy. We spoke about it in pre-game, Bob. Who's going to kick their goals if Juice doesn't have a day out? And that's probably proving to be what's going to happen today. Or we just can't see it with Richards and Smith being 2 very smaller players that have kicked their only goals to half-time. It's going to be a bit of an option on what they do down there and what sort of matchup they can get. Because Lavity's probably doing a bit more of a defensive role on Boyd, which I think he's doing quite a good job because Boyd hasn't had a massive influence on the day. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one what they decide to go with.
I think we saw late in that quarter, Jackson Clark actually moved deep forward and provided a bit of a target as well with 2 contested contests towards that back end. And the stats sort of back that up a little bit with inside 50s, 5 to 12 that quarter in favour of the Rovers. So with only 2 scoring shots for the Magpies. So you've nailed it there with no real targets or real potency in that forward 50 for the Magpies. And the stats really favour the Rovers in regards to clearances around the stoppages and also inside 50s and marks inside 50 as well. So they're really dominating every aspect of the team stats side of things for 40 Winks, but also individually. Alex Federico's really had a really big first half. He's had the 17 touches, and as I said during that quarter, he's carrying the midfield and carrying the Wangaratta Magpies' hopes, I suppose, in this game with the 17 touches, and his efforts around the stoppages needs to be supported by fellow midfielders. Paddy Nash has had 13 on his wing. For Wangaratta Rovers, Sam Murray's been one of their prime moves with 12, and also Brody Philo. He's really injected himself, had some really important touches around the stoppages and first touch outside the clearances as well. So as far as bang for buck, I think the Rovers are being a little bit more efficient with the football in hand than what the Magpies are, and therefore hold a 17 points gap at half time.
Where do you think they're really winning that battle? Obviously, you spoke about the inside 50s and the clearances. Do you think it's more just their transition footy's been a little bit sharper and cleaner, and probably if you looked at their possession efficiency rate throughout the day, Rovers would be far more on top, and that's why they've been able to transition the footy so much better and get it inside 50 so much more often, especially in that second quarter?
Yeah, well, they seem to use the ball through Xavier Allison a lot, and he was very, very clean. He's only had the 7 or 8 touches, but they've all been very, very clean and set them up from behind the football. Also, Ed Damon's been very, when he's rucked, they've dominated the clearances because he's such a man mountain, and he's very important to clearing the football away from the stoppage as well. But I feel as though Xavier Allison is the one that they're trying to run the football through. Yeah,
and that's been his big key all year, hasn't it? And that's why he's probably in contention for a Team of the Year spot, you would think, and he'll be right up there in the Wangaratta Rovers best and fairest count come the end of the year, I think, as well, because he's just been so good for them back there. He's been able to play probably that Sam Murray role from last year, but probably a little bit better, not as flashy, just a bit more controlled, and probably a bit more efficiency dependent rather than volume dependent. So it is qualifying final day, and we've had 2 games of football go before this one. We had the third, which was the Wangaratta Magpies taking on Lavington, last year's premiers in the thirds, and the Magpies way too good, 68-5, big win there, 63 points to the Wangaratta Magpies, but the Lavington obviously had the second chance, and we'll go into a first semi next week. And in the reserves, we had Albury beat the Wangaratta Rovers 48-30, so a 3-goal win to the Albury Tigers, who will roll into the second semi and take on the Wangaratta Magpies, and the Rovers will go to a first semi next Sunday. Righto, Bob, put your coach's hat on. What's Ben Reid got to do? I spoke to him on the way, sort of crossing past, coming back to the box, and he said, can we play any worse than that? And I don't think they can, because I think that's nearly the worst half of footy they've put out there this year. And they've played some pretty ordinary halves of footy, I think. So, yeah, to say that's a big call, but I think that, they've got a lot of improvement, which is probably the big key factor. If they're playing good footy and still losing by this 3-goal margin at half-time, I think there'd be a lot more danger signs, but they know that they can click into gear if it does all work for them, and they might be able to hit the scoreboard a bit more often.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I've just put some asterisks next to plays that probably need to lift this next half for Wangaratta Magpies to get back in. They're only three straight kicks, and the way football's played nowadays, that doesn't take very long to pick up. I've got asterisks next to Dane Porter, Jackson Clark, Cameron Barrett, Fraser Ellis, Nick Richards, Hunter Gosling, and also Charlie Naish. I think they all. I think you've nodded your head in agreement there.
All of them.
I think they're important players.
The other one for me is Melville.
Yeah. Well,
he's been stuck forward for mine, and I'd like to see him get around the footy a bit more.
Yeah, I cut him some slack because his first game back, but it's a final.
No, it's a final.
Yes,
senior footy.
You clipped me in the pre-match for that, but I tend to agree. They're the players that they're prime movers and control a lot of the flow and can control a lot of the speed on the ball. And I feel as though if they just go up a couple of gears and these guys get hands on the footy, Hunter Gosling's trying really hard, but just not being effective at the moment. Charlie Naish, he's not holding his line on the wing, and I think that's what Juice got the it's about a quarter time, and Jack Gerrich is holding his width on this wing and getting an outlet for the Rovers, particularly out of that D50. So I feel as though he needs to play the tram lines a little bit better and get a little bit more footy and hold Gerrich a little bit more accountable. But I think that those guys there would be the guys that Benny Reid would be asking for a bit of a lift out of.
Now, if you're Sam Murray, do you try and clear that forward 50 out just a little bit and go 2-on-2, Damon and Marklew taking on Tilly and Boardingong, and then get the smalls just hitting back at pace? Because when they've had a bit of space, they've looked absolutely unstoppable, having those two key towers down there.
He's a man mountain, Ed Damon, and he's going to take a fair bit of moving, and big men don't get any smaller on days like this, but the little fellas get tired. So I'd be looking at isolating him, the dangerous spot outside the goal square, and get Alex to move up and down those the ground and use his speed to lose his opponent in transition, and and then the little fellas come in underneath, and feed off those two big guys. I like that idea, Monty. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'll be trying to do. If you're just joining us, it is the Elders Rural halftime show. We've got a 17-point lead to the Wangaratta Rovers at halftime over the Wangaratta Magpies. It is qualifying final day, and it's not just qualifying finals in the footy, Bobby. It's also qualifying finals in the netball, and we're going to get a Ray White Rural netball update on the way to a break. And after the break, we'll be back with all the third quarter action here on O&M Live.
This is Tamara Matthews with the Ovens and Murray Live Netball Wrap-Up, thanks to Ray White Rural. We have seen the qualifying final between the Yarrawonga Pigeons and the Wang Magpies play out, with the Yarrawonga Pigeons getting up 42-36. The momentum really ebbed and flowed through this game. It was a really tough game between two experienced finals campaigners, but Yarrawonga Pigeons coming out on top. They will meet the Raiders next Saturday in the semi-final. The Wang Magpies to meet the winner of tomorrow's contest between North Albury and Corowa. Best players for Yarrawonga, Laura Irvine in the mid-court was outstanding all day for them, and Bridget Casser under the post, really strong in quite blustery conditions. For the Wang Magpies, Katie Dean, outstanding again in defence, and Leah Genby through that mid-court. So both teams spouting plenty of experience, and it was a fantastic contest. This has been the O&M Live Netball Wrap-Up, thanks to Ray White Rural.
AT Jones, your local day.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing? Building communities through community services? Maybe caring for animals through veterinary science? With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The rumours are true. We're heading to the Riverina. That's right, fifth quarter camps is heading to Albury and Wagga Wagga this October. We'll be in Albury on Tuesday the 8th and Wednesday the 9th of October. We'll then be in Wagga Wagga on the 10th. Isaac and I will be bringing plenty of our teammates along for the journey. We can't wait to see you all there. Head to fifth quarter camp's website for more details. See you soon.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half-price selected beers until half-time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Third quarter action, not too far away from getting underway here at the John Ford Oval. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud cover around, wind on qualifying final day as well, but we're having a ripping afternoon here on 2AY at 3&E and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV, and it's happy chappies at the Wangaratta Rovers camps. We're going to assure you of that. 5-3-33 to the Wang Magpies, 2-4-16. Blake Panderescott with you, Bobby Jackson, Robin McKinlay and Scotty Montgomery. Both sides are now out on the ground, Monty. Rovers doing a couple of little last-minute warm-ups, but it'll be more of the same from Sam Murray's men in the second half, I'm sure, from the coaching staff.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to think that they just want to keep playing the same way, bring that pressure that they've brought for the first half, and just keep getting it deep to the two key towers, as me and Bobby spoke about in the halftime show, that maybe they just clear it out a little bit and let them kick to those two.
Monty, I'm going to set you a task. The second reserve umpire's walking past you. I want you to ask him now, had he had a can after the seconds? Come on, Monty, here's your chance.
He's too professional for that, I think, Robbie.
Oh, then, Monty, you missed your chance there. Well, I'm going to ask him.
He didn't have one can, he had two.
Yeah, he said five, actually.
Hey, reserve, do you have a can after the twos? No, I don't drink.
Oh, there you go. Disappointing.
See, that's
Robbie.
how you do it, Monty. You've got to get out of your comfort zone sometimes.
Country footy
He's a non-drinker
personified.
and he's a ripper.
He is indeed. Hey, really quickly, a Ray White Rural netball update as well. Yarrawonga 42 to the Wang Magpies 36. Laura Irvine, she is a star, was our McRae Motors player of the day. And for Ray White Rural, the Yarrawonga Pigeons will meet the Wodonga Raiders next week in the semi-final. A replay of last year's prelim. Big Mac?
Yeah, that's looking forward to that one. Now, round the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World. Start thinking about your pool for the summer too, Panda. Couple of good games going on. Yakandanda 31, lead Kiwa Sandy Creek 28. And out at Walbundry, CDHPU 59, lead the Giants 17.
Okay.
I just noticed, Jesse Smith, did he come back out after half-time, Monty?
Straight to the bench, boys, so I don't think he'll be back.
He will not be back indeed. We expect concussion, which will rule him out for next week as well. And potentially a preliminary final almost with the 21-day protocol. So Jesse Smith will be out of action for the Wangaratta Magpies for a while. You would expect if it is concussion.
Grossman's gone forward.
I like it. They need to give Juice a bit more of a chop out down
Jackson
there.
Clark has gone forward, so I like that. Bit of change.
Umpire Mason Ring, the reserve umpire today, holds the footy aloft. And we're underway in the third term for the locker room at the SS&A. Half price before half time and $1 wings as well. And a good band on in the studio tonight as Chris Knowles goes forward first for the Wangaratta Magpies. Bit of an interesting 20-metre kick inside 50. Didn't have much penetration. Juice passes the ball around his back. He does some weird things from time to time, does Juice Newton, but didn't favour his teammates as the Rovers through Allison and Nolan kick it up towards Catapan on centre wing. He takes a nice mark in front of his opponent, Knowles. Allison with good follow-up work, gets a hand pass received, kicks it to half forward, but it's too skinny. It's out of bounds on the full, almost in front of those cars on the far side, and it'll be a free kick to the Pies at half-back.
Yeah, it's good pressure there. Hunter Gotchling just forced the turnover. That ball's still over the fence, I think, Mont.
Yep, it's taking a little while. Someone's gone and got it, but yeah, Cam Barrett's got it back in his hand now. But as you said, Hunter Gotchling's pressure there. You don't see Allison put it out on the full ever, so to put him under the pump, to put it out on the full was fantastic work.
So can the Maggies nail off that first goal as Barrett kicks it out of bounds on the full himself? There you go.
I reckon he's ran out of bounds.
So that should be a throw-in.
Well, he has, so that's probably a win in a way. It's better than the other result. No, 6 of one, half a dozen the other. So it's sort of funny old start, hasn't it, to this second half? It's, I don't know what to make of it. Bobby, can you give me a word that would describe it?
No.
Righto. That's like about your honesty. That's a boundary phone. Let's see if someone can just do something to spark this. Murray got it to Gatto, got it onto Stone. Stone a little look away. That was clever. But that one, there's another one out of bounds the full. No, just tapped over the boundary line. Right in front of the scoreboard, which shows Rovers 33 leading the Magpies 16. 1 minute 40 gone in the third quarter for the locker room. And that's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Thrown back in into attack for the Rovers. Once again, Damon doing the ruck work inside attacking 50. Knowles breaks away for the Pies though. Another interesting kick from Knowlesy. Good follow-up work from Federico on to Melville. Here's a bit of run and gun for the Pies. Beautiful kick. Clark marks in front of his defender, which was Parnell. Clark goes short, bit of a poor kick looking for Grossman. Quick hand pass on to Melville. The Pies are inside attack. Has to retreat backwards to Richards. Fumble, boundary line. Bit of...
He's played out on the full.
Has he played out in the full, has he?
Yeah.
Off the boot.
Off the boot of Stone.
Yeah.
All right, so a free kick for Melville. That's the fastest the Pies have moved the footy all day, I reckon.
Melville and Federico getting involved in that chain really made it go quick.
Federico lowers the eyes, finds the man. No, the boundary umpire
They're still trying to sort it out,
the ball
I think.
back.
No, Mason wants it, is it?
No, the boundary umpire.
No, that's the field umpire, boys.
That's Tommy Lockhart there.
Has Grossman moved forward, Monty?
Yes, started forward.
So after all that, the ball goes back to Melville. I have no idea why. Maybe he didn't go around on his mark good enough. Off a step. Floating old mongrel kick lands onto the chest of Hunter Gotchling after all that, Monty.
Sometimes you need a bit of luck, don't you? Because that's not the intended recipient, I don't reckon, boys. But Gotchling just in the right spot at the right time and used his body beautifully to take that chest mark.
It was a helicopter.
The curve worked in his favour, Pen. We had a perfect view of that. The ball just sidewinded right into his chest.
Had a good derby in the second one this year. Kicked a couple of goals. Plays on from 35. Out of bounds on the full, looking for extra distance. So the holding up in the wind there, playing a bit of havoc to the town end of the ground. No score, a free kick to the Rovers in defence.
Sam Murray played on, but he was pulled back into line.
How would you describe the first 3 minutes of this third quarter, Robbie?
Bit higgledy-piggledy. There's probably a... Oh, that's a... Chili flew high.
That's no worse than mine.
Yeah, Gaston kicks it forward. Now here's a chance. Boarding on is there. Handball over top to Barrett. Barrett inside handball to Norton was good on the Federico. Hot handball. Great pressure. Rovers. Might be a turnover here. This is dangerous. They don't want to let this one out. They don't. Fraser Ellis tidied things up because it was getting a bit messy there. Centre wing. And Rovers lead 33-16. No score in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter, which is for the locker room at the SS&A club.
A stagnant opening to the second half as Knowles once again another clearance. Flying, going a little bit early was Newton, and that just allowed Jace McQuaid to take a nice intercept mark, who's done a pretty good job on Juice so far in the first 2 and a bit quarters. At half back, goes long down the line, big pack of players. Knowles was there, Tilly. Off hands goes to Federico, short little dinky one to Richards. Overlapping handball to Harry Smart. Under pressure, did well to get out of traffic. Back to Richards. And he goes wide out to Charlie Nash, but it just missed him on the far wing. Has to go back after the football. O'Brien right on his hammer. Does well. Wins the ball back for the Rovers. And he goes long to half forward. Bit of a contest there between McCarthy and also Norton. Nort's first there for the Wangaratta Magpies. He goes down the wing safely, and it's in the arms of Nick Richards.
Yeah, Richards, just a bad kick before out there to Nash. Melville floats a handball. Now they got to go. They do. Kick it long down the line. Clark on a long lead. Good grab. Takes it just inside the boundary line. 70 metres out from goal. He has Newton deep. Will O'Keefe short. Newton provides the lead and he marks. Gee, that's a good grab from Big Juice. So, distance won't be an issue. He's just got to find a way to get this through.
It's going to be tough because you're kicking straight into that breeze, boys. So going to be a very, very, very tough kick. But that's the ball movement we know the Wangaratta Magpies can produce, and just short and sharp and hit up the little short leads. So that's exactly what they're going to have to do to try and get back into this game.
Real dead pocket out there. This is a tough kick, but he's an experienced campaigner, is Juice. Kick on the way. He might have found a way. Oh, that's beautifully executed by Juice Newton. Sunjang goal of the day contender. And Wangaratta get the most important first goal of this third term. And they've got it back to almost under double figures. It's 33-22.
One thing I've noticed, Monty, and you nailed it, is the ball movement, the quick hands inside, then the quick, short, sharp passes to get that ball moving and give them the opportunity further down the ground. There's a definite change in the way they're playing the footy at the moment.
Yeah, he's trying to link up a lot more through the middle of the ground, which is what you want to see, especially with Federico and guys like that who can run and carry the footy the way they can. You want that in their hands as much as you can. So going short sometimes brings them into the game a bit more often.
1-1 for Juice Newton. Back in the middle, and Philo just breaks away with pace, pumps it long. One-on-one on the goal square, boarding on down there in Marklew. Where are the Rovers? Smalls. Marklew at ground level, screws it over his shoulder, minor score. He was looking for his fourth goal, was Alex Marklew. Through for a minor. 5-4-30 for the Rovers, leading the Pies. 3-4-22. It's 2 kicks, Robin McKinlay for McRae Motors.
He was like a fox around a chicken coop, wasn't he, Mark Lou, looking for a little bit of danger. Tilly, good mark, good kick too. Gotchling, off his preferred left foot, down the line. Clark stayed down, which was real smart. Now he gathers. He's got a chance to go. Had one bounce. Decides he'll go long at the goal square. No one home. They've got this one covered, the Rovers. Kai Williamson was there. He just almost escorted it through for a minor score. I don't know, maybe Mont Clark could have maybe just taken that on even a little bit more.
Yeah, probably. He just had that guy closing him from the right-hand side, didn't he? It's probably made him kick it a little bit quicker than what he wanted to, but I'd back him in from there. Normally puts them ones through.
Yeah, Juice Newton come up at him in a short little lead as well, so he had a few options. Wrong one in the end. As Allison, with another side-winding sort of mongrel out of defence, out towards Lewis, and in the end the boundary line wins out. It'll be thrown back in on the far side of the ground here. Repeating for Ray White Rural, Yarrawonga have won through to the semi-final to take on the Raiders next week after defeating the Wangaratta Magpies in the A-grade netball.
The veterans just know how to get it done in September, don't they?
Absolutely. The big players stand up. Who's going to stand up here in the second half? Damon, beautiful tap down to O'Brien. His hand pass was smothered. Goes in again. Reefed out of his possession. Murray has Melville tackling him. Hand pass it to Osborne. He goes back to Catapan. Goes down the line for the Rovers.
He does. The boundary line is close. They'll keep it in. Ellis is going to be good. He does. He handball puts Cam Barrett under a bit of pressure. Great tackle. You are in big trouble, Cam Barrett. And that is Stewie Booth. Executed a elite body and paint play of the day. I'll spit that one out. Stewie Booth gives himself a bit of a look at this one. He's got a bit of length on it. Boarding on there. So is Tilly. And Marklew was there, but no threat on this occasion. As well. I think they've caught up that score. They gave the Wing Magpies that behind. So Rovers get that one 5-5 to 3-5. Rovers lead. 9 minutes gone. Third quarter action. That's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
Blake Pandarescott with you on Robin McKinlay for McRae Motors. We'll get a stats update soon from Bobby Jackson for 40 Winks as O'Keefe marks from the kick in. He's got Norton on a short lead. Goes short. Barely 15. And Paddy Naish in the left back pocket. Marks for the Pies. Wants to open up with an aggressive kick. Works out all right for Tilly at half back. Once again, another really asked a lot of his teammate there in Melville, who has it at half back. You can see the Magpies here, Monty, trying to bite off aggressive kicks, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're trying to be real controlled and pick the right option. They don't want to go too quick. They want to make sure they're picking the right options and makes them get moving a bit quicker once they hit the halfway line. Charlie
Naish called to play on at half back, goes short. And this is Tilly. He's called to play on now. He's in trouble. Grubble little kick works out all right for Barrett. And after all that, he kicks it out of bounds on the full. And that is as poor a footy as you'll see in finals. And that will not please Ben Reid. A free kick on centre wing to the Rovers, Big Mac.
Yeah, Harry Smart was doing a lot of work this side of the ground, on the commentary side of the ground. But I think they probably need to try to carry that a bit further and get it on this side. In the end, but the Rovers' pressure around the ball has been fantastic all day. Don't underestimate that. As Lockie O'Brien has it, half forward. Underneath it was Damon. Couldn't rein it in and following him. Not too far behind him.
Going on off the ball too, boys.
What are you spotting there?
Yeah,
Mike?
Fraser Ellis and Alex Markle. I reckon he might have given me a little cheapie in the ribs, Fraser, and Alex didn't like it.
One thing Ben Reid will be happy with for 40 Winks, boys, is the early influence that Brad Melville's had. He's had 5 early touches in this quarter. He'd be really happy with one of his stars getting some touches early.
Yeah, he's spot on, Bob. He's seen more of the footy, which is what we want in his hands. I reckon they've shown a bit more dare to start this quarter.
They're clean, as Monty said. They're cleaner.
Why you go, Panda?
I think they need to get some positive goals going their way, though, as there was a push in the back. Ash Broughton changed his decision midway through. He was going to swing the arms for holding the ball. In the end, he said in the back. And it's a free kick to Alex Federico at half back. Goes long down the line. You see that ball just hold up in the wind a little bit. Almost fell in the lap there of McVeigh. Parnell, in the end, holding the ball, and a free kick to the way of the Wangaratta Rovers. And it's going to go the way of Parnell. McVeigh sat on that footy. Here's Murray, who's going to load up for the Rovers. Up against the boundary, into attack, out the back. McCarthy Almost running on that one with footy was Booth. Here's a chance for Wilson. Picks it up, snaps on goal. Too far. Across the face for a minor score. Couple of chances going begging for Marklew, and Wilson snaps on goals, I should say, for the Rovers. They move to 5-6-36. The Magpies 3-5-23 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Scotty Montgomery for the Newmarket.
Yeah, you can see they're having their opportunities here, the Rovers. They just don't want to make sure they let Wang go down the other end and kick an easy one with one inside 50.
Wasn't a lot of direction that kick in from Fraser Ellis, and Rovers almost turned that one over. Would have been a quick re-entry back inside forward 50. So it'll be a ball up, 60 out from the Rovers goal. They lead by 12 points. Gee, if Wang were to get the next goal, all of a sudden there's a goal in it. It's one of those games at the moment. Federico been absolutely fantastic.
That's 22 for Federico.
You read my mind superbly. Boyd, intercept mark. Good kick. Now Wilson, the options are they'll go longer. Target is Damon. From behind, McCarthy. He played second fiddle, but he played the tune superbly. Took a good grab, 30 out directly in front.
Yeah, well read, as you said, Robbie. He just come from behind about 10 metres off that one-on-one contest with Damon, and he's plucked it from nowhere, basically, and we know how good of a finisher this guy normally is. He'll go back one and put this one through, I reckon.
He's been important for their forward 50 setup, hasn't he, Monty?
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Gives you that third string.
To stretch the lead, it's currently 12. McCarthy comes in, kick on the way, it's a beauty. Straight through the guts. Gee, that's a nice finish. He didn't worry about the breeze too much, he just kicked it straight. Wangaratta Rovers lead by 18, and McCarthy's going to come off. You noticed he was just twitching at his hammy a little bit before he kicked that ball. Hope all's okay there, Mont.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on him.
Righto, thanks, Dr.
Running freely.
Just for 40 winks, inside 50s. Again, the same pattern that we've had in previous quarters, heading towards the left of our screen. 5 inside 50s for Wang Magpies to 3 for Rovers, and they're getting bang for buck again with the pressure on the scoreboard.
23 goals for the year now for Alex McCarthy, playing as a great third fiddle. He was second fiddle for a while until Big Ed Damon came along, and he's been a wonderful target inside attack for the Rovers in 2024. Out of the restart again, Federico swung around on the 360, but a nice hand pass on to Hewitt. Here's some run and gun for Paddy Naish, who strides to 70, sets sail, long ball to the top of the goal square. Newton! Oh, good early body work on Jace McQuaid.
Yep.
Read the ball beautifully, and he will mark and go back from the top of the goal square.
Yeah, just back real hard to get McQuaid on the back foot straight away, and then was able to protect the drop zone of the ball, and he will go back and put this one through. But how good does Paddy Naish look when he gets out in open space and they're able to use him, and he can run and carry like he did just then? He's so damaging.
Lots of experience reading the flight of the ball beautifully there from Juice Newton. This is Shelling Pease, goes bang. Second goal for Juice. The Magpies get their 4th. And they bring the margin back to 12 points. 41 plays 29 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Bobby Jackson, some of our 40-wing stats in this third term.
Yeah, Alex Federico's been really gone to work. He's had the 6 touches early doors. Squid Melville's had 5 as well for this quarter. For the Wangaratta Rovers, Sam Murray's had the 5 early touches, and Lockie O'Brien's been busy as well as Xavier Leslie. They've had 3 or 4 touches each as well, running off halfback and on a wing.
He's a beauty, Juice, isn't he? He just when you need him, he'll step up. He's kicked 2 this quarter. They trail by 12 out of the middle. Federico's been wonderful. He's handballed McVeigh, set him a little bit of a task. Now they're going to go forward again. A good grab taken by Melville. Quick to move. Federico again. Drives it long. Here's a chance over the back. It might bounce through. It doesn't. He needed the Tim May offie, and he got a Warney leggy. Went through for a minor score. 11 points the difference now. Wang Maggies 4-7-31. Rovers 6-6-42. It's for the locker room, and that's on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Panda?
Disappointing Nathan Lyon didn't get a shout out, or maybe Jason Frazier or one of those off spinners.
Someone a bit more present
on debut.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
For 320.
I reckon there's a lot of overs over there in the subcontinent as Grossman marks at halfback, bullets it in towards Newton. Oh, one-handed almost took an elite body and paint mark of the day. Got a hand pass out towards Federico, is getting busy. Well done. Calm head, Tom Boyd in defence for the Rovers. Beautiful kick clearing, looking towards Damon. Spills away a Philo, providing support for his charges. Big long one to half forward. No one home there. Tilly is the only one in defence for the Magpies. Coming along and lending a hand was Norton. Does well by hand to Smart, who's under pressure. Did he get a high? Umpire says no. Good crunching tackle from Justin Lewis. Ball up 60 out from the Rovers goal. They lead 42-30 on the Inspirations Paid scoreboard. Robbie, we've gone 16 minutes for NZ.
Yeah, we have, Panda. She's just starting to heat up a little bit here. McVeigh through hard. Murray out the back, read it beautifully. A sort of like a boomerang, left foot kick, 25 out from goal. Tilly's there. Ball comes to ground. Trying to work hard there.
Ooh.
Was
dumped him.
He's been dumped too. He has indeed. Well, Justin Lewis. I've called it a strong tackle. Mont, what do you see?
Yeah, it's probably there. From what we've ever seen being paid this year, it's probably there. It's the way it's going, isn't it, boys? Yep. So, yeah, can't disagree with it. It's been there all year, so just a bit stiff, really. But, yeah, just this is the one Wangaratta didn't need to give him after they've kicked 2 this quarter, the one. They just need to make sure they got the next one, but to give one away like that, it really hurts him if Lewis can go back and put this one through. Almost
the same spot where McCarthy kicked one a couple of minutes ago, and Lewis has done the same. He just got it there in the end. He gets full points for it, full bang for buck on that occasion, Bobby. 17 minutes have gone, and the margin's gone back out to 18 points. Wangaratta Rovers lead it at the, 18-minute mark on the NZ Albury time clock.
It was just that second action in the tackle that caused the issues there and warranted the free kick. And that's, as Monty said, it's the trend at the moment in regards to protecting the player's head. And he had him all wrapped up, and it's just the second action where the head went into the ground that caused all the issues, and the free kick then was warranted with the way the game's umpired nowadays.
Ball up again. So the Rovers keep answering the Magpies in this third quarter. 2 goals apiece. Philo once again went to kick and then held onto the footy and then kicked to half forward. Big long high up and under. Good little fist there from Justin Lewis. Can it land the way of a Rover here? Pat Naish does well in defence. Flicks it back to Tilly, who clears defensive lines. Might work out here for Federico. Ball doesn't sit for him. Nolan came off his opponent brilliantly from the Rovers. Good swooping hand pass on to Catapan. O'Brien lowers the eyes. Inside 50, McCartney, that's Lockie, swings it towards the top of the goal square. Good fist there for the Magpies defence. Boundary throw in, 10 metres around from the Rovers goal. Inside 50s, Bobby Jackson in this third term for 40 winks.
They've evened themselves up here, 7 apiece. So Rovers are starting to come back into the game in regards to controlling the footy and moving them forward. Aidan Tilley's working the back 50's been outstanding. He's repelling most moves that Rovers are having at the moment.
Federico, quick hands. The kick was okay, got it on towards Harry Hewitt. They tumble it forward, but intercepted by Gatto, the Frenchman. Just drives it long, no mucking around. Mark Lou flew high. And Damon has team tackled with the ball in hand. And it will be by Tilly, and it'll be balled up. So Rovers lead by 18, almost 20 minutes gone in the third quarter here. Clever work by Damon, intercepted brilliantly by Tilly. Gosh, he's had a game and a half. Grossman there, bit of experience in front of Parnell. Parnell stayed with the footy, just showed great composure. Handball over the top to Will Nolan was good. Nolan on his left foot, weighs up his options. Mark Lou will fly, can't rein it in. Ball to ground. Ellis quickly for Wangaratta. Tumble to quick. Allison is downfield.
Yeah, downfield. Just held on the tackle a little bit too long, took him to ground after he kicked it.
Downfield and with Juice. Juice nearly milked another one. He's a dairy farmer, I think, in the up there in the valley, and he nearly milked a bit early there, Panda.
He did. Beautiful kick out wide, though, to Clark, who looks dangerous as a forward.
He's got no one forward.
No one inside attack. Goes long. Looking for Melville, just over his reaching arms. Working hard there is Williamson. Nervous times here for the Rovers defence. Melville tries to get around a good tackle from Williamson. Brings him to ground. Umpire says boundary throw-in. In a good spot for the Wangaratta Magpies, who transferred that footy pretty quickly down the wing. They trail, though, by 3 straight kicks. 48 plays 30 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Robin McKinlay, McRae Motors.
Newton in the ruck. Little hurried kick. Federico kick off the ground. Intercepted by O'Brien. Pumps it. Now, there's no one home here. Absolutely no one. I reckon the boundary line will win out. It will, and we know in at football, the top level will be paid deliberate, Panda, but...
Don't start.
No. And it won't be paid here because we're in the bush, Jacko. Look at this. No Wangaratta Rovers bloke near the... Throw it in, boundary. I reckon... He's waiting for the Rovers to arrive. Well, stuff the ruckman. Just chuck it. Anyone can take it, Panda. Gatto used his body superbly. Kicks it forward. Good mark. Real good mark there. And Wang, well, they just need the next one, Panda. They trail by 18. We're ticking into time on into this third quarter.
We are indeed for Ray White Rural. The Yarrawonga Pigeons winning through in the qualifying final earlier today. Nace dropped a sitter. And in the end, Justin Lewis was there to run it over the boundary line. Thrown back in. Centre wing. I'll give you the task of giving some around the ground scores. Robbie, you're doing that right now on your little iPad as well. So you jump in for Mr. Stowe's Pool World whenever you have a little second.
Yeah, Walbundry CDHP 73, lead the Giants 30.
We'll get a TDFL score as soon as we can as well. Nick Richards, Federico's been brilliant in the clinches today for the Pies. Harry Smart out to Hewitt, ball still on centre wing. In the end, Harry Hewitt kicks a long one to half forward. McVeigh sitting under this footy. Nolan did well from behind. Knowles hand passes it over his head. Dylan Stone wins it for the Rovers at half back. Allison flicks it over the top to Williamson. He's a good winger, is Kai Williamson. Mongrel old kick coming from behind and almost marking that one was McCartney. Damon's been wrapped up by Fraser Ellis. First one's there is Justin Lewis, who gets a high one, and he's going to win a free kick. 2 kicks from home for the Wangaratta Rovers, who can load up late. 22 minutes stage for NZ in this third term for the locker room at the SS&A.
Going it down the field, Paddy, boys.
I reckon is it a free kick against boards, Monty? I think it is. I reckon it's a free kick to Alex Marklew at the top of the goal square. No, it's going the other way.
It's going to Wang, I think. It's going to Wang for the first instant, and then, he's through Marklew to ground.
So, Robbie, it's a free kick at half-back. Paddy Nash has it for the Magpies. They trail by 18 points.
That's silly there from Alex Marklew if that was against him, because we're going inside 50 to maybe score again, and now it's going the other way.
It's a funny old game this time of year, isn't it? Allison did nicely. He finds Sammy Murray all on his own out there at centre wing. Gee, that's a good kick. Absolute beauty. Finds Justin Lewis. Plays on immediately. Kicks it inside forward 50. Boarding on with the double fist style of operation there. Knocks it out over the boundary line. It'll be thrown in 20 metres around from the Wangaratta Rovers goal. They lead 48-30, and there's only probably 3 minutes left in this quarter.
Yep, there's only been the 4 goals. 2 in the second, 5 in the opening quarter. So it's a low-scoring affair here at John Ford Oval as the Magpies through Ellis. Flicks it out the back of the stoppage to Nash. High one out of defence. Newton comes late, dives in the slips. Not able to grab it. And we've got a boundary throw in on the far wing. What do the Wangaratta Magpies need to do in the next 2 or 3 minutes, Monty? Ideally grab a goal, but just to get to a little bit of ascendancy going into three-quarter time. Yeah,
obviously kick that goal, but they just need to control the footy a little bit more. They're sort of turning it over across half forward a little bit too easily, and Allison's just wrapping up touches, just standing there nearly by himself. So maybe manning him up would be a start.
Federico took it on and caught it. And I feel for a lot of people at your age. I really feel for you, Panda, your age, your generation. You missed out on watching 80s and 90s footy.
And there was 150 to 150.
Oh, mate, and it was, there was rugged, it had everything. Magnificent. Magnificent on the Bobby. You saw it. Philo, he's been good this quarter. Impacted big time. Damon can't get it. Tilly's good. Barrett, Tilly, swing and a miss. Play on. Don't mind that call. Hurry kick, top of the goal square. McCarthy in a wrestling contest. Oh, nearly held on. Nearly held on. It gets rushed through for a Sunjan point of the day. How about that one? That's how short of goals we are. We're going to look after our sponsors. Panorama Sunjan all the way. It's that time of year too. Spring, get some shade going. Ready for summer.
Absolutely.
Give a score too. Sorry, Panda.
Just a quick one for 40 Winks. Sam Murray's just gone about his business day, accumulating touches. He's racked up the 20 touches per day for 40 Winks.
So Ellis with the kick-in duties. 49 plays 30. 19-point lead to the way of the Rovers on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. At half-back, that's holding the ball against Gotchling, is it?
Kicked it.
Yeah, okay. Interesting call. Here's Lewis swooping on a footy. Can he kick his second goal on the third? He can. Justin Lewis with a Sunjan goal today. And the Rovers, they'll be hard to chase down now. 25-point leaders, Scotty Montgomery for the Newey.
Yeah, just that forward line pressure, isn't it? That pressure on Gotchling that made the kick, not quite come off the boot where it needed to. And then Justin Lewis, he's been great all day with his forward pressure, and he was able to be clean at ground level and then put that one through. So it's getting to become a bit of a big task in a low-scoring game. 25 points, boys. It's going to be a very big last quarter for the Magpies if they get it back in this game.
Really dominated the inside 50s this quarter, Monty. 12 to 8. And they're really getting to work with 3 goals on the board, and they're getting some really bang for buck with those inside 50s.
That's Bobby Jackson for 40 Wing stats, and of course that was Monty.
Did you forget his name then?
I was about to say, did you forget his name? You've known this bloke for 30 years.
And that's Monty down there for the Newmarket. There's Philo again. What's his stats this quarter, please? Up it go. Barrett, good grab. Are you taking all those stats?
5 for 40 winks this quarter. My name's Bob.
Are you counting them all?
Yes, mate.
Paddy Nash. You are.
You're not even sure where you are, mate.
Kicks it nicely to Melville. Melville got it through to Nick Richards. Didn't get a very good bounce. Nice work there by Allison. Was superb. Big Ed Damon's just floated across half-back late in the quarter. He gave it back to Catapan and gave it back to Damon. And he gave it back to Charles Ledger, who was superb in the first half.
He was. And you're just going to watch the Rovers go into slow down mode here. They do this so well late in quarters. They look like they're going to take a very handy margin into the final break. In the qualifying final, so much at stake. The winner to play Yarrawonga next week. Dylan Stone. Here's Sam Murray. Tries to evade McVeigh. Snap down the line. First one there is Boarding on. I think he's marked that in between his legs in the end. Use his big thighs as boards. An elite body and paint mark of the day, if you don't mind. So they need one really quickly here, the Pies. Kicks it towards McVeigh. He takes an elite body and paint mark of the day. Let's get a bit of fast ball movement here for the black and the white. Kicks it in towards Clark, who's looked dangerous. 2 hands to it. Good fist from Parnell from behind. A boundary throw in at the right end of the ground for the Pies. They trail 55-30 on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. Robbie, we've gone 28 for NZ third term for the locker room at the SS&A.
Yeah, and he's been hanging out for that around-the-ground score for Mr. Stowe's Pool World in the Slang League. It's Yak and Dan leading Keywall by 20 points. Melville, late snap on goal. Misses everything out of bounds on the full. So the breeze just dragging it there and just repeating there that CDHPU in Walbundry leading the Walbundry Waller Giants 73-30. So Yak looking like advancing into their first grand final since 2010 as McQuaid kicks it down the line. Mark Blue flew high. He's interfered with some. Bobby Jackson, what'd you see?
Pushing the back there.
Okay, Big Knowles, he's got a pander. He's going to have to pump it very deep and very quick.
He is, and he does exactly what you just said there, Robbie McKinlay. Does he keep it in? Newton comes from behind. I think it is out of bounds on the full. Yep. Gee, we've seen that a lot today, Monty, haven't we?
Yeah, just poor decisions on where they're pushing the ball, especially with that wind pushing across. They need to come in another 10 metres with their direction, really, because, yeah, we've probably seen 5 or 6 that have been just clear out of bounds on the full by a long way.
Catapan, the recipient of that free kick, and then he's given it back to Tilly. So a couple of repeat entries coming up here for the Pies. This has got to be a good one. Favours the pocket once again. Clark comes from behind, not able to mark. McVeigh smothered a kick. The Magpies win it back. Kick it towards the top of the goal square. Parnell got a little bit of work to do. Grossman applies a good chase, spins around. A little bit of ballet work there, and great kick there from Parnell. On to Gerish. He's got it at half back, and he can take some time off the clock. The Rovers by 25. Big Mac for McRae Motors.
He does. 29 have ticked over. Oh, Mark Luke came in, got a big fish. You could hear it. You could hear the noise. Good tackle too. Barrett was good. Got it to Norton. Richards missed it. Kick off the ground by Wilson. Free quarter time rings out here at the John Ford Oval, and the Wang Rovers have made their move. It's 8 gold, 7.55 to Wangaratta Magpies 4.630. That's a 25-point margin, and we've just seen umpire Adam Zarkle, who started the game but had to come off in the second quarter. He's got a very prominent limp there, Pan. It looks like a calf muscle to me.
Does indeed. Alrighty, the final change in the Wangaratta Derby, number 3 for 2024, is the Rovers by 25 points. Will they make it 3-0? Find out after this on O&M Live, 2AY 3NN, O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. You will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing, building communities through community services, maybe caring for animals through veterinary science. With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The rumours are true. We're heading to the Riverina. That's right, fifth quarter camps is heading to Albury and Wagga Wagga this October. We'll be in Albury on Tuesday the 8th and Wednesday the 9th of October. We'll then be in Wagga Wagga on the 10th. Isaac and I will be bringing plenty of our teammates along for the journey. We can't wait to see you all there. Head to Fifth Quarter Camp's website for more details. See you soon.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Mac Jack Shins, 100.
On 2AY.
Welcome back to the John Ford Oval in Corowa, your destination for the third Wangaratta Derby of 2024. Sees the Rovers 8-7-55, leading the Wang Magpies for 6:30, a 25-point lead to the brown and gold. And they're on the verge of making it 3-0. And that'll be 4 out of the last 5 derbies that the Rovers win if they hold on here today. Bobby Jackson and McRae Motors quarters best in that third term, and some of our 40-wing stat leaders.
Yeah, our best for the quarter would be Sam Murray. He had the 9 touches for 21 in total for the whole match, and he was outstanding controlling that footy. He was very, he accumulated more so than dominated in his previous games, I suppose. He was more accumulating the ball, whereas Alex Federico had another great double figure. He had 10 touches for that quarter for 27 for the total for the game. Our multiple goal scorers for the day is Alex Marklew with 3. Justin Lewis kicked 2 fantastic goals in that third quarter there for the Wangaratta Rovers, and also Juice Newton's kicked 2 goals for the Wang Magpies. But the stat for me, Panda, is inside 50s, where that quarter the Wangaratta Rovers went inside 13 times for 7 shots on goal compared to the 10 for Wangaratta Magpies for the 2 goals, 2 behinds in their scorecard.
Scotty Montgomery was up here for a little bit now, box as well, sorting a few things out. But Monty, which huddle did you get to sneak to at 3/4 time?
Yeah, snuck out to Ben Reid, obviously. When you always go to the team that's behind and just try and see what they're going to say. And he was just big on, we've just got to take it on there a bit more now, boys. Been a little bit too slow to get the ball moving, which has allowed them to set up defensively, which is spot on there. So they just need to get the ball deep and quick to Juice and one-on-ones in Grossman and that down there if they can, because they've looked dangerous at times, but they just haven't got it to the right spots enough. So they need to make sure this last quarter they get it moving there as much as they can, as quick as they can.
So the Wangaratta Magpies have come from this position before. They've come from behind in round 11. We were there, Bobby.
Yes.
It was extraordinary. They were in this sort of position against the North Albury Hoppers, and they came from nowhere. They did have a man.
Is that the day you called it all over?
Correct. They did have a man out by the name out there called Cal Moore, though. Unfortunately, not out there today.
We all called it Monty.
Fourth quarter for Mac Jack Sheds underway. Big hello to Phil and the crew at Mac Jack Sheds. And here comes Philo like he's done all day out of the middle with a long kick. First attack for the Rovers. Overrunning the footy was Damon. And once again, I tell you what, he's playing some game as Tilly. Takes an intercept mark onto Hewitt. Here's the run and gun that Ben Reid spoke about. Federico got a bit of work to do. Good tackle applied by Gaston. Murray, like a madman, swoops on the footy onto Boyd. Goes out wide beautifully to Catapan. He can flick it onto Lewis. He does. 55 from home. Can he kick goal number 3? Justin Lewis starts it out really left. Out of bounds on the full. No score.
Hunter Gotchling got taken there, boys, after he kicked the footy. He's just really, really struggling. And, yeah, I think he's going to bring him straight from the ground.
Yeah, he's not good, Monty.
Tilly's kicked superb to Federico. They've been Wang's 2 best, I reckon.
By a long way.
A long way. Tilly for mine has probably been as good as anyone on the ground as Dame Porter. Chipping kick wide though. Tommy Boyd just has them for breakfast, those defensive spoils. And even regathers. That's how good he's going. Tommy, underground handball to Garish. Over the top now to Allison. Allison spins back inboard. Good pressure. Oh, Federico, great tackle. He'll win himself a free kick. They're going to play the advantage. Melville has it. Kicks towards Juice Newton. McQuaid's behind him at the moment. McStay's with him though. And he's just got no room to move there, Big Juice, in the end. And the boundary line wins out. Monty, down to you. We're seeing Gotchling leave the ground.
Yeah, he's getting helped by 2 trainers. He's really trying to suck him in at the moment. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one.
That could be a couple with concussion.
Hopefully it's winded.
Yep, I really hope so as well. But he doesn't look to be in a good way, does young Hunter. Another boundary throw in. 4 to centre here for the Wang Magpies, who just need the first goal. Big time. Federico wrapped up by Stone. Ball up, edge of the square. Yarrawonga through to the qualifying final, the semi-final in the netball for Ray White Rural. We're back at it again tomorrow in a massive elimination final between the Hoppers and the Dogs. We'll be calling that one on 2AY 3&E and O&M Snap Print Solutions TV. You have a go, Big Mac, because there's another ball up in the same spot for McRae Motors.
Jesse Smith there, just near Dumont there, down boundary side.
Yeah, I don't think he's a great watcher.
No, that's right. Yeah, you can
very passionate.
That. So, middle of the ground, Philo, brilliant. He just somehow forced that ball forward. Now it's out the back to Tilly with great composure. He got rid of it somehow. And now it feeds their way towards centre wing. Nick Richards will run onto this one. What are his options? He'll just have to go off the left foot into forward. Newton takes up a position. Tommy Boyd just cutting in front of Newton. McQuaid takes an elite body and paint mark of the day at half back. And they're doing it in style here, the Rovers. They're controlling this game well. They lead by 25 points. We've gone 3 minutes in the last quarter for Mac Jack Sheds.
Monty would have loved, I know he was on his wrong side then, but Paddy Nash was in a paddock of space in the middle of the ground. If he bid up the 45, then Nick Richards, but just wasn't able to.
It's one thing that he's have not taken on at all today. He's coming back through the middle, and yeah, it's really hurt them because they've tried to play the wings and they've turned it over in poor spots, which has opened up the other side of the ground when the Rovers have won it back.
Mark Luke, hand pass it to his big teammate and Damon, who
another
just completely
down.
Dropped the ball. Yep, it's Aiden Tilley who's on his haunches. Stone, beautiful kick, finds Justin Lewis, he's making a claim for our anytime fitness player of the day, this young man.
Ooh.
He was the under-18s interleague captain, goes inboard, looking for Damon. There's McCartney. Left-hand pass towards Mark Lou, coming through like a steam train was Tilley, so he's feeling a lot better. On to Barrett.
I think it was a knock to the nether regions, boys.
Okay, there we go. You never liked that. And it's a boundary. No, it's a out of bounds on the full. Another out of bounds on the full for the Magpies. That must be double digits, Robbie, and a free kick to the Rovers.
It's a hard one to treat too, Monty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Time.
So what would your first?
Probably not deep, Pete.
Yeah. Damon Marks, forward pocket, deep and tight, 45 out. Oh, is that 50 or play on? It must be called play on. Damon's in all sorts here. They're going to get out. Dylan Stone was able to help him out. Then there was a smother. And it's going to be a boundary front. It wasn't a classical piece of play. Yeah, sorry, Dr.
I was just going to say, I reckon Ed Damon's just been a step off today. Like, he's been good because of the structure he's been able to provide, but I reckon he's been a step off what we've seen last month.
Tilley's done a good job.
He has. He's been nearly their best player.
Outstanding. Could Mont present it to a losing side? No, he won't.
Not doing the Nathan Buckley.
That's a blunt no.
Murray, here goes short to half forward, just over the head of Ledger. Ellis does well. Here's a bit of open play for the Magpies. McVeigh coming up and meeting the footy. Sweeps it out wide to Barrett. Goes short to Clark. Not a great kick. Clark overran the footy a little bit. Take your pick. Kieran Parnell takes a nice intercept. Everything going right for the Wangaratta Rovers. Allison goes out wide to Lockie O'Brien, and you're going to see the Rovers take every little bit of time off the clock in this last quarter. Scotty Montgomery for the Newie.
Yeah, and as we've spoken about many times this year, that's the big difference in their gameplay this year. They've been able to find different gears, and when they need to, take 2 or 3 minutes off the clock pretty easily.
That's, of course, the border carpets clock. And Harry Hewitt there just got a nice little rib tickler. He seems okay. McCartney coming off. I think it's more of exhaustion, Mont, than anything to worry about, I reckon.
Yep. He's worked hard all day, hasn't he, Lockie?
Good throw in too of the young fella on the boundary. Gerish, look away handball to Muzz. Murray was looking and he drives it long. Damon might have interfered with Tilly. At some point, Tilly needs to get a free kick there, I reckon, but the emergency umpire Mason Ring.
Looks like Gotchling's ready to go back on too, boys, so it mustn't be too bad.
Good news. And you'll ball it up, Mason. Half forward for the Rovers. Here's Panda.
Knowles with a tap that favours Sam Murray, who breaks away from Hewitt, sets sail from 50, centres it to the top of the goal square. Boardington takes no chances, punches it over the line. And it's a minor score to the Wangaratta Rovers, who have started this 4th term with some ascendancy. They lead by 26, 56-30. We played 6 minutes for NZ, 6 minutes without a Wangaratta Magpies goal. Scotty Montgomery for the Newmarket Hotel, and time is ticking down.
Yeah, absolutely. And the longer this goes, if we had a goal kick, the better the Rovers will feel about themselves, because obviously not as much time on, and it makes it a lot harder for them to score in short time.
Bill Tilley kicks it in. Just a good kick too. Almost hits the centre of the ground. Juice flies high. Brought the ball to ground. Nick Richards gathered nicely. Little left foot kick. They've got room here. A chance, just going to chip it over the top to Clark. Clark needs it. It'll fall in his lap, will it? Yes, it does. He'll play on. He'll run into an open goal and give that one to the great kick in there from Aidan Tilley. He ran his full measure. He kicked it to the middle of the ground, and the Magpies did the rest. Monty, that's what they wanted. Margin under 20 points.
We just haven't seen that all day, have we? That sort of ball movement from the Magpies, and we know they can do it when they take it on through the middle of the ground, and that's exactly what they did there, straight up the middle from the kick in, and then they were able to get out the back to Charlie Nash, who'd worked pretty hard, and then Jackson Clark also just come back on the ground, got into a good position, and yeah, he finishes off with a nice goal.
Just dare to be brave, Monty. They just got to be brave. And Wangaratta Rovers have dominated inside 50s. They've dominated clearances all to this point, and quick turnover and quick ball movement, and gone forward in one foray, and they've got to score on the board straight away. So they need to be super efficient this last quarter.
Monty, I reckon the Big Mac and I are onto something. They have just moved Aidan Tilley into the forward line.
Had to happen.
So watch for that. They've got to make something happen. There's a free kick here to Clark for a hold, who's gone into the middle, and Tilley has gone forward. A move I like. So 20 points the margin, 56 plays 36 for Wodonga Border Carpets. Clark goes looking forwards. A teammate there in Knowles who snuck forward. He had 2 to beat in the end. O'Brien at half back, bounces to himself far side and goes out wide. Philo, geez, worked hard today, Bobby Jackson. How many for Brodie?
That is 19 for 40 wings.
I wonder how many inside 50s as well. He's pumped the ball long a lot today. Goes short to big Ed Damon.
Surely you got that, Bob.
6 for 40 wings.
There you go.
What's his efficiency today?
No, he had it.
Okay.
78%.
Great job, Bob.
Mass is your strong suit. You can do it all, Bobby J, who has just gone straight to the top of the 40-wing stat sheet.
95%.
Inside 50 they go again. McCarthy just juggling that one. Is it out of bounds on the full?
Yes.
Yes, it is. And it's a free kick to the Magpies. Big Mac.
Yeah, don't milk it too much, Bob. You're just in front at the moment, mate. You're hanging on. You've got 10 to get, and you've got 2 wickets in hand. Now Gotchley got a handball on to Clark. Things are starting to change a bit here. Newton, he'll get a free kick here. He's over the shoulder right forward. Spills free. Boyd marked it. Gathered it. Kicks it to the wing. Here's Jack Gerish. Parnell's going to give a shepherd of some sort. Gerish off the right foot. Drives it towards half forward. Marklew, fish from behind from Boardington was good. It should fall the way of Dane Porter. Whoa! He runs smack bang into Parnell. Look away, handball worked out okay. Paddy Nash has it for Wangaratta. Kicks it to half forward, but just chipping in there, taking a mark. Read it beautifully was Kai Williamson, who kicks it wide. He's given O'Brien a little bit of work to do here.
He did. Paddy Nash did not even look then. He just jammed it on the boot. Brody Philo at halfback. Goes long once again. He's got a free man out on the far wing. It's Wilson. He marks. Rovers by 20, 56-36 on the Border Carpet scoreboard at the 9th minute mark for NZ. Final term. Osborne has it. Knows this ground well. Here's a Coral boy. Here's Finn. Goes into attack once again. Oh, from behind, almost grabbing that one, I think was Sam Murray who's gone forward. Booth was pushed off the footy as he kicked out of bounds. Thrown back in, 45 around from the Rovers goal, who lead by 20. Bobby Jackson, 40 winks.
Just continually entry into their forward 50 Rovers. That's their 6th entry into the forward half of the ground. So they're really piling the pressure here, and they're looking to break the damn wall open here.
Yeah, just need one more here. One more, put this one to bed, you'd think. Gaston on his second swipe. Oh, Grossman just missed a second paddle. He came back with a very good tackle, and he's going to get himself a free kick. I thought he was a little bit stiff. Anyway, Federico has it. He received the handball, drove it towards the middle of the ground. Good grab, taken out there on the far side of the ground by Charles Ledger, who's been very solid today. Very famous name in the racing industry around Wangaratta, Panda, the Ledger name.
He's been good all year, has Charles Ledger.
Kicked it beautifully to centre wing, and they're going to load up again here, Panda.
So here's Wilson. Just forward of the square, kicks into the pocket. Booth caught behind. Smart did well to get to the front. Ball at half forward here for the Rovers. Umpires are circling. Blow the whistle, Ash. In the end, he does after all that. Let it go a long time, and we have a ball up. Far side of the ground, 50 metres from the Rovers goal. 8:56, plays 5:6:36 at the 11th minute mark for NZ. Rovers lead. Melville running towards this footy, got an awful bounce. Philo sweeps it back 10 metres towards Ledger, who goes out wide to Williamson. Gets around Gotchling, does well, gets around another. Runs his full measure, floats it towards half forward. Lewis did well from behind. Big Dead Damon checks the kick at the last minute. Mark Lew on the juggle, not able to mark. Roving this one beautifully was Allison, palming off McVeigh, setting sail from 45. A Sunjan goal today from Xavier Allison. I reckon that might be his first for the Rovers. Look at him get to him. What a first goal in a qualifying final from a man they recruited from the EDFL. The Rovers look home, 26 points in front of the Pies. Scotty Montgomery for the Newey.
How good is that when your half-backs work so hard up the ground like that and then are able to hit the scoreboard? And we know he's such a good user, and he's been so good this year. Nearly recruit of the year, I think, in the Ovens and Murray, and he's loving it. As he's coming to the bench, he's celebrating with the boys on the way off. So definitely his first goal, I reckon, for the year.
17 touches off half-back today, Monty. He's been outstanding, and I reckon his efficiency rate will be really close to 100%. He doesn't waste many by foot or by hand, and he's just a smart user of the footy and really creates from half-back and creates a lot of run from behind the footy.
For around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World at three-quarter time at Walbundry, CDHPU 92 lead the Giants 50, and Yakandanda lead by 25. Against Kiwa, Hewitt pumps the ball into the forward line, juggling attempt there by Tilly. Went one way, went back the other, gave it on to O'Keefe. O'Keefe now got it back to Hewitt. Hewitt snap on goal. Oh, just misses. Minor score, 62-37. 25-point lead to Wangaratta Rovers. We have gone 13 minutes in the last quarters for Mac Jack Sheds, and Phil Packer will be up pumped about the Blues as they head into another finals campaign, Bobby.
Yeah, well, we've got a lot to improve on, Robbie, as a Carlton supporter, haven't we?
The season starts again, Bob.
Yeah, I know.
You got a lot of work to do. That's the understatement of the century, I think.
Could be worse. We could be yesterday.
Yeah, that is correct. How many more days now? It'll be another 10,000.
Another 365.
Damon at half-back. Let's not talk AFL. There was a week off for a reason.
Stuff it.
Damon goes short to Wilson. They've done this part of the game really well. Transition the footy all day. On to Parnell, who's taken a couple of running bounces down the far wing. Chips it over the top beautifully to the big Frenchman. Don't forget he kicked 7 earlier in this year against the Panthers, the big Frenchman. I think he's still trying to believe in himself. Hand passes it over the top to Parnell, who loads up from about 65. Good kick towards Garish, who floated forward. Lewis just got in his way. Naish working hard on defence for the Magpies. Catapan's down there as well. Fires it off to Lewis, who's going to kick 3. Justin Lewis puts the Rovers into the semi-final. They're going to make it 3-0 against their Magpies in season 2024. Hasn't Justin Lewis been outstanding, Scotty Montgomery?
He's been unbelievable, and one thing we know he does all day is he tackles and he pressures, but to hit the scoreboard the way he has today with 3 goals in a final like this is absolutely unbelievable, and I'm sure Sammy Murray wouldn't have thought he was going to kick 3.
Yeah, he's kicked 3 of the last 5 goals of the game. There's Justin Lewis.
That's a bonus when you get a bloke like Lewis to pop up and kick 3, particularly with Alex Mark Lupin under a whole heap of pressure, as well as Ed Damon. To find another guy to pop up and kick 3 in a final, that's gold, absolute gold.
Things just getting a little bit closer at Sandy Creek. Yakandanda now only lead by 13 points. That is at 3/4 time against Kiwa Sandy Creek. We'll keep an eye on that one.
For Mr. Stowes Poolwell.
Thank you very much, Panda. Just beautifully done and orchestrated. It's been one of those days at times. Hewitt paddled it. Catapan got his hands on the footy, got it to Shag and Nolan somehow.
It's a free for a dump. Yep.
Yeah,
Dump. And he hasn't moved since he went to ground either, boys.
He's still down.
Slow. Yep.
Slow and sluggish. Pandy got the binoculars on him.
Yeah, he looks to be
calling the trainers out.
Yep, looks to be in a bit of trouble. And I reckon McVeigh might be in a bit of trouble too.
Yeah.
Catapan looks to be in a fair bit of trouble.
Stretcher straight away.
Yep. Alrighty, so might have a little stoppage here in the Wang Derby. 68-37, the Rovers lead by 31 points, and it looks like Murray and McVeigh here.
Yeah, Murray had something to say to him now. I don't think McVeigh liked it very much. So.
Yep. Well, I reckon that's the second time McVeigh's done that this game. So anyway, what's happening on the 40-wing stat sheet, Bobby Jackson?
Yeah, a lot of heavy contributors for the Rovers this quarter. Lockie O'Brien's had the 6 floating across his wing and half back. Brody Filo's been instrumental through the clearances and around the stoppages, and with the 6 touches.
Sorry, Bob, he's just running off now, which is great.
Push the trainers away, but boys, I still don't reckon he's 100%.
Not at all. Take it away, Big Mac.
Yep, all right. I was just watching Sam Catapan come off, and he's looking much better, which is great news for them. Philo kicks it across ground. Found Allison. Well, now they're going to load up and run from here. Williamson drives it into half forward. Damon flew, comes to ground. Picked up by Lockie O'Brien. Class, skill, O'Brien, goal! That is all class from Lockie O'Brien. Sunjan goal of the day contender. And that just rubber stamps what's going to be a qualifying final victory for the Wangaratta Rovers. He just pumped that through from 50, 74-37. They've now doubled the score. We have gone 17 minutes. Monty.
Yeah, how good is that? That's just class. He hasn't had a big day, has Lockie O'Brien, but some of the things he has done has been absolutely class, and that's one of them right there. To put that one through under pressure the way he has, and that's just put the nail in the coffin. The game's all been over now, boys.
18 for 40 winks, Monty. Lockie O'Brien today.
It's the way he uses the ball so well.
Yeah.
Oh, never wastes a possession. So does this guy, Brody Philo, has been class all day. Goes long once again. Gaston in a big wrestle down there. I reckon he's given away a free kick, the Frenchman. I reckon he has big Gatto. Just showed his strength against Xavier Laverty, who goes short to Barrett. And he goes short to Paddy Naish. Chips over the top. Hangs a long time in the air. And Sam Murray punches it over the boundary line. He's been wonderful today, has Sam Murray. A good coach's game.
Bloody oath.
And we've got a boundary throw in. 4 to the centre here for the Wangaratta Rovers, who are going to make it 3-0 against their greatest rivals, the Wang Magpies. They have now won 4 of the last 5 derbies. As Ed Damon goes into attack, and in the end, the boundary line wins out again. So 3 goals to Justin Lewis. We've had 3 to Mark Lew as well. And then singles to Booth, O'Brien, Allison, and McCarthy. Also Sam Murray. It's been a good day for the brown and gold. Robin McKinlay from McRae Motors.
Yeah, Brody Philo just coming off for a well-earned spell. Toss back into play. Rovers got another one in them. They're going to get a free kick. What'd you spot, Mont?
I missed that one. I'm just having a look at the boys
Bobby
coming
Gatto,
off.
is it?
What about you, Bobby J? Do you spot anything?
Yeah, it was a hold in the rucking contest. I think because the boundary throw, the bowling, the ruck raffle, the throw was a little bit short, so I think it might have been Laffy or McVeigh that was rucking against him. I can't quite see who it was. Held on for dear life, and the Frenchman, he's got a DK Lilly type run up here.
And I like his approach. He's made more marks on the ground than DK Lilly run up, and that's what it is.
Great man, DK.
What do you got, Panda?
I've got a crowd update from the GM, Kane Aaron Darchigas, 2,271.
Whoa.
2,271.
Here comes Gatto. 40 out, 45-degree angle. Gatto swings it. Back, not enough. In fact, it stayed pretty straight. And he's put it through for a minor score. 75-37, Rovers lead. 19.5 minutes gone. That is on the Border Carpets scoreboard and also the NZ time clock, Panda.
It is indeed. Fourth term brought to you by Mac Jack Sheds here on O&M Live as Richards evades traffic on the far side, goes inboard to Hewitt. They move the footy through the middle of the ground. It's just taken far too long for that to happen. Not sure that was actually a tackle on Richards. Sort of hit the ball out of his hand. Was the Rovers defender there. As Federico swings Osborne around in a tackle safely. And we're going to have a ball up adjacent to the centre circle. So the Rovers will play the Yarrawonga Pigeons next week as Hewitt puts it on the head of Jackson Clark. And once again, he's had an outstanding year. Has Jace McQuaid in defence for the Wangaratta Rovers. Goes short to Ledger, hang a long time in the air. That allowed Tilly to get across, and Ledger just ran out of turf. Boundary throw in attack for the Wangaratta Magpies. Bobby Jackson.
That's just the third time that Wangaratta Magpies have gone inside 50 for this last quarter compared to the 11 for the Rovers. So that's just rubber stamps a dominant second half, I suppose, even the last quarter that the Rovers have had over the Magpies.
Yeah, Sam Catapan down there just talking with Brody Follow on boundary side, so we'll see what happens there. Here comes Garish, a boomerang down the boundary line, and he finds touch right in front of you, Scotty Montgomery, and Brody Follow's even finding the football when he's off the ground. That's how well he's tracking.
Brought his own today, I reckon, Brody. But he had a great day, hasn't he?
Yep.
I've got a loose total of 8 clearances alone for Brody.
And I reckon he's had 8 inside 50s.
That's, well, he's been sensational. Federico, handball to Barrett. Got it on now to Will O'Keefe. Will O'Keefe, high shot on goal. It'll go close to Tilly, but it found a little bit too much range in, and Will O'Keefe registers a point. So Rovers 75 lead the Magpies 38. That's 21 and a half minutes down in the fourth quarter.
Just for 40 winks, I've got Alex Federico on a 34 possession game today, so he's had a really honourable performance for the Wangaratta Magpies.
A lot of those contested as well. Knowlesy checks his kick at the last minute. It was a cute little one, and it finds Richards diving low onto Melville. Shot on goal. Sort of sums up the Magpies' day a little bit, doesn't it? Their efficiency has been pretty ordinary, which is why they've only kicked the 5 goals, 9. 39 to the Wang Rovers, 11-9, 75. This is where I like to get a feeler from our special comments boundary guys as well for the new market, just who they're sort of thinking a little bit for the anytime
you always just like to be in the know, don't you?
I do.
You can just wait, mate. Like, come on, it's only another 5 minutes.
I reckon he's thinking Lewis. I reckon he's thinking Philo. I know this man well.
Ooh.
And I reckon maybe Murray in there as well, but that's just me.
Now there's a whistle. I reckon there's a push there somewhere along the line.
No, he's paid the mark.
Free push or a mark, free, doesn't matter. Going to go inside forward 50 for Wangaratta. Will O'Keefe couldn't get it. He might get another chance, Will. No, he won't. McQuaid, beautiful work to Lockie O'Brien. Very short ball. Philo just come on the ground. He finds the footy straight away. Stewie Booth tapped it, paddled it, tapped it, gathered it, put it between his legs. It's a bit ugly. Big Knowles, come in, got it back to Brad Melville. Melville's kick over the top. Boyd missed it. Dane Porter got it, and Gatto gently rides him to the ground, and that's respect, I reckon, from one veteran to another. Gatto, he just said, look, Dane, you've done a lot of hard work over the years. So have I, and we're not going to get involved in any silly stuff, Panda.
And Tom Boyd just looks a little bit worse for wear coming from
just
the ground.
Sore, I reckon, yeah, just got landed on, I reckon, when he laid that tackle right on the sternum or up the gut. So, yeah, just struggling to breathe a little bit.
Nothing worse than getting the wind taken out of you. Maybe getting hit somewhere else as well, which we saw from Tilly earlier. But
That's
anyway,
worse.
Yeah, you're right, it is. Knowles on to Naish. Quick clearance forward for the Pies. Running past this one was his brother Charlie. Gets it back though. Runs out of turf. Didn't want that footy. Ash Broughton says holding the ball. And a free kick to Jack Garris, who had absolutely no idea he'd even won a free kick.
Just run another spreader in the weeks there, Monty. I think Xavier Allison's game across half-back's been
he's been pretty good too, yep.
Capped off with his first goal too for the Brown and Gold. Coming a big day as well in the qualifying final as Brody Philo goes long down the wing again. Jumping early was Gotchling for the Pies. Hewitt wrapped up, ball up. No, high, says Mason. And a free kick to Harry Hewitt on centre wing, and he hand passed it to Matty Grossman.
Grossman has it now. He goes high, inside forward 50. Tilly. But oh, look at that.
Jeez, this guy's been good.
Parnell, he's been good. He's just sort of unobtrusive in the first half, and he's really come to the fore in the second half. Kicks it backwards to Kai Williamson. Williamson goes long, and it looks like it's O'Brien out there. Just offers a play to come at him. Now he shows a bit of candy. Now he swivels around on a 55-metre left foot kick. Goes to Barrett. Couldn't hold on to it. Stewie Booth applied a lot of good pressure. Barrett did well. Inside handball to Gotchling. Gotchling's kick now off the left foot. Shagger Nolan's there. He took a good mark. An elite body and paint. Mark of the day contender from the man with the best do in the business.
Absolutely. Here's Stewie Booth. Played an important role in season 2024 as Booth. So is this man in the last month. Alma Fudd. Too far out to score. Just puts it up towards McCartney, who flew really early. Did the old Brendan Favola foot into the opposition. And Grossman runs out of turf. Boundary throw in. Inside attack for the Rovers. They lead this one 75-39 on the border carpet scoreboard at the 25th minute mark for NZ. In this final term, we're doing it for Phil and the crew at Mac Jack Sheds. Big Mac?
Yeah, a bit of feedback from some listeners and viewers that I reckon there'll be a bit of footage watched of this game. A few players. Snapshot from the boundary throw in. Just trying to pick up that player was.
McCartney.
Yeah, it was McCartney. He looked spectacular. He got a minor score. So, yes, there's been a few tackles that will get looked at, no doubt.
Well, Jesse Smith went off the ground with concussion, and he hasn't taken any further part in the second half, has he, Robbie? So there will be a few little bits and bobs.
Yeah, it's that time of year too where you don't want to be missing out. As Grossman will bring it back in, Pander, he plays on and he kicks it beautifully to that man Gotchling.
Not sure it was his intended target, but he'll take it. Porter, his hand pass intercepted brilliantly by Xavier Allison, who's playing some game. On to Damon. He goes short, just over the head of Finn Osborne. Grossman working hard for the Wang Magpies. Allison fires off a hand pass to Booth. Good run down tackle from behind from Gotchling. McCartney sends it about 55 metres up in the air. Good luck marking that. Marklew almost able to mark it. In the end, the Magpies, do they rush it over? They don't. They probably should have because Ellis has fumbled it. It allows a chance for Stone to screw it over his shoulder. Is it through for a goal?
It's through. Yes.
I reckon it's through for a goal. The umpire wants to give it. Porter thinks he's marked it on the goal line. I reckon we have a sausage roll here. Goal to Dylan Stone and the Wangaratta Rovers. We don't have any goal line technology here. It's the goal umpire's call, and it's through for a major. Scotty Montgomery for the Newey.
Well, just the way the Rovers boys on the line, I think it was Brodie Foley, didn't even bother trying to contest it. I think he thought it was through, so I think Dane Porter was just trying to pull the wool over our eyes. But how good a finish from Dylan Stone. Hasn't done a hell of a lot today, but he's been pretty classy with everything he's been able to touch.
Just some 40-wing stats for you, Monty. Big final quarters for Brodie Philo and Xavier Leslie. They both had the 10 touches. Lockie O'Brien's also had 9 touches. So whether those guys come into your consideration at the end of the game, mate, when you decide who the Anytime Fitness player is.
Geez, you're trying to just influence as well. You're a bit like Panda.
Zach Pearce, you're a bigger influence than Zach Pearce. Border carpet scoreboard check. It's Wang Rovers 82, lead the Magpies 39. Will O'Keefe has it for the Magpies. Handball was smothered. Falls away of Nolan for the Rovers. Handball to Gerish was good. Jack, a clever little kick to Murray. Murray and McVeigh. Couple of bulls had a bit of a look at each other. No drama in the end. Murray still has a foot in his hand. Still going. Somehow got it out. And he's going to get a free kick. Going to go the other way. Oh, look out. Barrett's got it. On to Naish. Inside handball. There was okay to Harry Smart. They drive it long to half forward. A good grab taken by Knowlesy. No?
Juggled it. Umpire says.
He spilled it.
Knowlesy says, what about me, Ash?
You were going to do that, you bugger.
I know.
I'm just about to roll with me old favourite.
I stole it from you, Robbie.
You grub.
I did from McRae Motors.
It's not the first time you've been too slow today, Robbie.
No, mate.
Wilson breaks away, kicks to half forward. Marklew out in front of Xavier Laverty. Marklew pushes Laverty off the footy. Good one-on-one contest out there, and in the end, the boundary line is the winner. A stalemate, and will be thrown back in 55 around from the Rovers goal, who have kicked the last 4 goals in this game to hold a 43-point margin. It's Bobby Jackson just, what are you looking at, Bobby?
I think I've spotted, is Hayden Tilley?
Yeah, he's got ice on the pec. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Pictorial.
Monty just sharing a little bit of turf with the Oak boundary rider as well down there, I see. Going to be interesting to see who gets the first interview after the game. As Federico goes out towards the wing.
Oh, racing.
Jackson Clark not able to mark that footy as Gerish. He's been good again today as well. A big aggressive switch across the other side of the ground. Dylan Stone in a paddock of space, Robbie. The Rovers are home. they'll play the Rovers, and the Maggies will play the winner of the Hoppers and the Dogs next week.
They're going to take a bit of gas out of it now. McCarthy's kick down the line. Stewie Booth, the ball stays in play. Booth's got no one anywhere near him. He'll go short, and he finds Lockie McCartney. He'll go back, have a shot, 40 out, almost directly in front. Hey, around the grounds for Mr. Stowe's Pool World, I can tell you that Yakandanda lead Kiewa Sandy Creek by 21 points halfway through the final term, and CDHBU lead the Randwell-Bunbury-Waller Giants by 44 points at the same time in the last quarter. So here we go. It'll be a victory to the Wangaratta Rovers, but it'll be a shot after the siren to Lockie McCartney to see if they can extend the lead. He'll kick it from around about 42 metres. The wind's died off a bit. McCartney comes in. The umpire says no. It's a behind. So it's the Rovers 12-11-83 defeat Wangaratta Magpies 5-9-39. They'll advance. They'll be into next week's second semi-final, and they'll take on the minor premiers, the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
That's 3-0 for the Wangaratta Rovers in season 2024 against the Wangaratta Magpies in the Wangaratta Derbies. They've certainly had the black and whites measure in season 2024. 2,271 people saw this one at the John Ford Oval, and a lot listening on 2AY3E and watching on RM Snap Print Solutions TV. So that's as good a footy as I've seen the Rovers play for a while now. From start to finish, Robbie, since the 6-minute mark when Sam Murray kicked the first goal, they broke out to a 17-point lead when Mark Lew kicked his second, and it really rubber-stamped a good victory in that last quarter with 4 in a row to bring the margin out to 43 points. Sam Murray will be very happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely, Pan. And I think one of the big things I've really noticed about the change in the Wangaratta Rovers style of play, from what I've seen, they've brought a lot more pressure around the ball. Their tackling's improved, and I reckon they are a very fit side as well too.
Xavier Allison is boundary side with Scotty Montgomery. He kicked his first Rovers goal, and he's our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
Yeah, boys, Xavier Allison, mate, how good's that? 3 times this year coming against the Magpies and being able to get it done, and to do it in the final is just massive for this group.
Yeah, super exciting. Really happy with our performance. I thought we played really well. We played really front half footy, which we wanted to do, and executed well.
Yeah, I reckon every game plan that Sam would have had up on the board before the game would have executed really well today and been able to move it the way he's wanted to, and we're able to shift them really well defensively, and your back half really come up and jammed up the ground a lot.
Yeah, exactly right. So the pressure from our forward line, really helps our back line. Like they're able to lock it into the forward half, and we're able to intercept from on the back half. Like Bordy had a couple of intercepts, played really well. Jay's had a great game on Juice. Thought everyone really played well.
And did you get lost there at one stage, mate? Just wandered forward and was able to put one through. Is that the first one for the year? Is that why the boys got so excited?
Yeah, first one for the year. So happy to get that one off the I've been saying that I've been saving it for finals. So I'm pretty happy that I actually got it done.
Well, go and enjoy it, mate. Yarrawonga waits next week, so well done.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Great interview for the Anytime Fitness boundary side with Scotty Montgomery. I reckon he's nailed it. I reckon he was really important across half back. I reckon the goal was the icing on the cake, I reckon, as well, Big Mac. And I reckon between Justy Lewis, between Xavier Allison, Brodie Philo, I think you'll find all those blokes will be named in the best for the Wangaratta Rovers at the end of the day.
I think, Pan, the thing here, a low-scoring game, and you look at, like, Lewis kicks 3, Mark Lew kicks 3, and, traditionally you think, it's not a massive haul, but in the modern game, that's a very good contribution. I reckon that's almost the equivalent of the 5 or 6 that we used to see in a different few decades of footy, and that's just the way it is. And they defended so well. Tommy Boyd was fantastic down back there. Kieran Parnell, who just, he reads the game so well, and they know their role in the side. They know where to be on the ground. They put themselves in really good positions, and they're super impressive today. I know Monty's been pretty big on the Rovers all year. I can see why, and they're going to be a great contender next week against Yarrawonga. Game on, big time.
That one will be at the Normins Oval as well.
Yep.
So the semi-final the following week will be at the WJ Finlay Oval.
No matter what. So both finals in Wang next week.
Yep. No home ground advantages. So the Rovers and Yarrawonga will meet at the Normins.
Yep.
And you'll have the Magpies up against either North Albury or Wodonga. That one at the WJ Finlay Oval. And we'll be calling both of those games on 2AY3E, and you'll be able to watch the vision at home as well on O&M Snap Print Solutions TV or on your smartphone, your iPad, however you like to watch these days, Robbie. That's the beauty of technology.
Yeah. You can listen, you can do it anyway. You can come to the
game.
game.
You can come to the game, you can do whatever you like.
Yep.
So well done to the Wangaratta Rovers. That's the derby victory they really would have wanted in the final. We spoke about it all year. They were a big chance of meeting their great rivals in the finals, and they've been able to get it done when it really, really mattered. And now it sets up a mouth-watering clash against Yarrawonga next week as we await the Wangaratta Rovers song. Scotty Montgomery following the Rovers into the away change rooms, and we'll try and get this one for our microphone down there. Hopefully we have enough coverage. Happy mob of supporters too. Good following of Wangaratta supporters here today. They got on board. They come down here. Yep, they are being very well received, and so they should be. The first time in 35 years we've had a derby, and they've come up trumps like last time they played in the final.
How fucking good's
Wangaratta Rovers with a famous derby victory in season 2024 comes in the qualifying final against the Wangaratta Magpies. They'll play the Yarrawonga Pigeons next week. Hope you've had a ripping day. Stay with us. Our post-game show for the Clubhouse Bar and Bistro on the other side of this. The Rovers 12-10-82 over the Magpies 5-9-39. In an O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
AT Jones, your local Onga specialists for all
What's
your
your future
needs.
look like?
Where
Where do you want to be? Shaping lives through nursing, building communities through community services, maybe caring for animals through veterinary science. With GoTAFE by your side, you can make it happen. From agriculture, hospitality, health and wellbeing, trades and education, to hair and beauty or creative, learn real skills for real jobs and careers right now. With GoTAFE, you've got this. Search GoTAFE today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The rumours are true. We're heading to the Riverina. That's right, fifth quarter camps is heading to Albury and Wagga Wagga this October. We'll be in Albury on Tuesday the 8th and Wednesday the 9th of October. We'll then be in Wagga Wagga on the 10th. Isaac and I will be bringing plenty of our teammates along for the journey. We can't wait to see you all there. Head to Fifth Quarter Camp's website for more details. See you soon.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Half price until half time is on in the locker room. Watch Friday night AFL footy action live on our big screen and get half price selected beers until half time. On now in the locker room at the SS&A.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.